What's going on, motherfuckers? Welcome to the Crocs and Hot Pockets podcast. My name is Knackers, and today is Sunday, September 8th, 2019, and this is episode number 103. Tonight on the show, we have SaltySam, MiddleAgedStream, and the beloved Mr. VANS man. SaltySam, how you doing tonight, dude?
Doing well.
Good to see you, buddy. MiddleAgedStream, what's crack-a-lackin', baby?
What's crack-a-lackin'?
All right, Vans, you got to top that. What's going on, brother?
I can't. Hello. Greetings. How are you guys today?
It's good to see you. Good to see you. We're going to get back to these guys in just a hot second. During the show, if any of you would like to ask a question to be answered during the Q&A near the end, you can use the !Q command in chat followed by your question, and we'll get to that a little bit later. If we're not live and you'd like to ask a question as well, or you could submit any kind of feedback, feel free to shoot me an email at knackerspodcast@knackers.com. And lastly, if you enjoy the show, you'd like to support us in a completely free way, please consider giving the last going live retweet a retweet, or leaving us a review for the podcast on iTunes or your favorite podcast app. I can't tell you how valuable reviews on iTunes are for podcasts. They're super, super, super fucking helpful. So if you do that, thank you very much. So first and foremost, we're going to go around the room, introduce you to everybody here. They'll tell you where you can find them online, and then we'll get into just talking some shit. So SaltySam, we'll start with you.
My name is SaltySam. You can find me on Twitch at SaltySam, Twitter at TheSaltySam, and Instagram, Salty All Day.
My name is Jimmy, aka MiddleAgedStream. You can find me on Twitch and Instagram at MiddleAgedStream, MiddleAgedStream on Twitter. No D.
I'm Vans, aka Mr. Vans Man. You can find me on Twitter at I'm Vans, all caps with 3 S's, and on Instagram at I'm.mf.rob.
What does MF stand for?
Motherfucking
Vans. All right, good shit. First and foremost, fellers, what are we drinking tonight?
I have my normal lineup. Dos Equis.
Yeah.
And I think there's like 2 more of these summer shandies left, so I'll probably knock these out tonight.
The good old zipper beer.
Yeah, we got to keep it cold.
Hell yeah.
I'm not like y'all. I don't have fucking fridges next to my desks.
Yeah, I realize that now is quite the commodity. You know, it's not I have been thinking about removing it because I would like to have a place that I could store my consoles and controllers in an accessible, because I have this here, but I literally took like an octagon coffee table and then just cut off the face of it and then took some 1-bys and added some shell. It's so fucking jank, but it works for what it is. So I would like to have a pretty area where I could store that kind of stuff. And I think when I redo this desk, which might be soon, is I'm going to take this whole L and just make it all storage. Some open facing and some drawers, but we'll see what happens.
Do it.
I am drinking a good old Deutsch beer, a German Vorsteiner. It's
Ooh.
nice and frosty. A German Pilsner.
You had those? Did you have those 2 weeks ago? Is it still like the same 6-pack?
No, we've gone back to the store a few times since then.
I was about to say, if it's the same 6-pack, I know you don't drink as much during the school year, but
It's probably a few more 6-packs after that one. Yeah.
fair enough.
I can make it through on a weekend. I'll probably go through about a 6.5. Yeah, about 6.5 packs.
6-packs?
No, like a 6-pack and a half. Like,
Oh, okay. I
like,
thought you meant 6-packs and a half.
Damn.
It probably
Yeah,
goes
no,
into
no.
like a fucking keg.
Yeah, you know.
I am drinking, for the younger folk, a Mountain Dew Kickstart,
Nice.
grape flavored.
Oh,
Not the best flavor, by the way. The black cherry is bomb.
I do love me some. What the fuck is a black cherry, anyways?
I have no clue. Probably old and not edible, but good.
But flavorful.
They're just like,
Yeah.
there's old pitted cherries. It's just a type of tree. There's a type of tree called
Okay.
the black cherry tree.
Interesting.
I didn't know that.
Anytime I see like a black cherry chunk ice cream, I'm going balls deep into that.
Dude, that
That's
ice
just
cream,
delicious.
underrated.
Oh, very under.
Way
Now,
underrated.
do you like the white black cherry ice cream, or do you like the strawberry, where it's like the strawberry ice cream and then?
If I'm getting black cherry ice cream, it has to be vanilla because it's just so much flavor.
Okay.
I can't take like mixing berries and stuff.
Too much flavor.
That's bullshit.
That is some bullshit, Vans.
I'm like not a huge sweets person, so
Okay.
like every once in a while I'll get like a real inkling for it, but most of the time it's just like chips.
So if you could walk upstairs and grab something from the fridge or like the snack cupboard, like what do you want to be there that you could grab?
It could be anything.
Yeah.
That's a great question.
Dare say
Probably
Funyuns.
no. That's once in a while. I don't really eat that
Okay.
that much.
You don't
Probably
fuck
something
with
like,
Funyuns?
no, they're good. It's just like I don't want to eat onions all day.
Fair enough.
Mine would probably be snack, either Flamin' Hot Cheetos or hot fries, and drink probably just a water.
Okay.
Like I can't drink stuff like sodas all the time because it just it's not it.
Do you fuck with Takis?
I don't. I tried them the other day, and those are one of the most disgusting things I've ever eaten.
Oh my, what? What flavor did you? What color
I
bag did you
don't
have?
remember. It was the one that they had the most of. I think it was purple.
Probably purple. Okay. If you get out there and you have a chance, there's a yellow bag that's like cheesy Takis, and they're less limey and more cheesy. I'm kind of sad right now.
That's what it was. The lime was disgusting. Like that flavor that they tried to just throw in there before they sent it out. That was horrible.
So one of the schools that I worked at my last job had, it was I'd probably say like 50% Hispanic population, and I was just like walking around and everybody had these purple bags of goodies, and I'm like, why does everybody have this same bag? And they're like, well, today's the last day before these are banned. And I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, the school is banning them. I'm like, what the fuck are they?
Why?
And they're like, Mr. Nick, here, have some Takis. So I took the bag and I'm like, what the fuck? And I took one bite and I immediately fell in love. I was like, you're a good little Hispanic child. Thank you.
Them?
Because kids were eating nothing but Takis and then skipping lunch. Like they were just not eating lunch.
Just sitting in class.
And then everything's got like this red stain on it, like the doorknobs and the windows
Ew.
are all just
Yeah,
smears
that's a
of
problem.
Takis. Oh man. But let me tell you, my first tamale experience, a mother, non-English speaking mother, came in and cooked tamales, homemade tamales for the entire class. Holy fuck, were they good? I've never had a good tamale since.
I love tamales.
Tamales are great, and they're the best when it's some grandma that made them. They always
Yeah.
Like a food cart or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I just love actual Mexican food.
Oh, it's so good.
Word.
That's the only restaurant I ever go to. There's this tiny little cafe. It's like maybe a 20-person spot, and it's always jam fucking packed, and it's 5 minutes away from our house. So it's just like, I don't feel like cooking shit. Let's get in the car. Let's go. Everybody fucking load up. We gotta.
That's how you know it's good. I posted a picture on Twitter, but I got this sandwich called the Monster from this little sandwich market. And you open the door and there's 2 lanes, and you walk in. Immediately to the left is the register. The left lane is refrigerators on one side and then a chip aisle on the other side. And then in the other aisle is all just storage of stuff you're not supposed to touch. And then at the back is a deli counter where they make all the sandwiches. And this sandwich was so good. It had 7 different meats. It was like turkey, ham, pastrami, pepperoni, corned beef or roast beef, one of the two. 2 cheeses, had love spice on it. I still don't know what it is, but it made the sandwich taste good. But yeah, I walked in. I was like 5th in line, and it was packed. And oh god, they were so goddamn good stuff. I am drinking a lovely Truly. I was supposed to go out and get some alcohol for the show, but I'm not supposed to be drinking beer. And I knew if I went out to the liquor store, I was going to buy beer. And I had already had an insane amount of beer over the past 2 days. We went bowling on Friday, and we both had 2 shots of tequila and 2 pitchers of Miller Lite.
Hey.
And then we went out for a festival downtown Detroit yesterday. And I think Weenie and I both had 8 beers, like 8 keg beers. And we got pretty toasted. She had some like, not, I want to say, I almost said straw blade, but it was like strawberry marble, strawberry malade. She's going to know what kind of beer it was. I didn't like it. It was too, have you ever had a beer that like isn't carbonated enough? Like it's so fruity and not beery that it's kind of flat.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like that. It was too whiny. And so I didn't like that. But Detroit has a great draft called Ghetto Blaster, which
I was
is like
thinking the same thing, Salty. Why is this beer whining so much?
But yeah, it just wasn't my favorite. But I think I had like 7 Ghetto Blasters and then that one beer, and it was super, super good. Good time downtown. Alrighty, what's next? Talking points. Okay, so we got a couple of cool things to talk about. One of our main topics that we're going to get into a little bit later is Nintendo. Just talking Nintendo. We're going to go over the Nintendo Direct and kind of highlight the things that we're excited about, the things we're angry about. But before we get to that, I just want to kind of go around the room, see what kind of video games y'all been playing lately. I want to hear what you're doing. I want to hear what you're about. So Van, since you are our lovely guest, I want to hear about the video games that you've been playing lately.
Man, a lot of Smash. I beat Bayonetta 2. Well, actually, I've recently beat Bayonetta 1. That game seems to be a lot longer. It's also a whole lot more fucking frustrating than Bayonetta 2. So I played through Bayonetta 2. I think I beat it in like probably 5 sittings.
Okay.
It was for a pretty long time.
Long sittings?
Yeah. Like I would, if I start playing Bayonetta, I can't stop. Like it's so fun.
And that's on the Switch.
Yeah, it's exclusively on the Switch and the Wii U. Because it's a little bit older of a game. They're getting ready to I'm guessing early next year, they'll announce that it's coming out next year. Please, dear God.
Like the next Bayonetta?
Yeah, because they've already teased it. And the team that works on that was working on Astral Chain, which just released. So that's why I have my hopes up that it will be next year. But other than that, Smash, obviously, some Rocket League, Dragon Ball Fighters. I think that's it. I started playing that new Kirby game, the free one that released after the Direct. And it's pretty fun. I feel like it'd be a lot of fun with friends, though.
What's the name of it? I didn't know there was a free Kirby game.
Kirby something. Let me check.
Kirby Kerbals. Kirby Clash? Super Kirby Clash?
Yeah. Super Kirby Clash. That
Reveal trailer. Is that on the Nintendo Store?
Yeah. It's free to start. That's how they advertise it. I don't know exactly what is paid for. There's some currency that you can get to upgrade your stuff, but
okay.
Other than that, I don't know where you actually pay. There might be like some DLC when you're done, but
don't mind
I've only
me.
played like a mission or two, but it's really fun.
I like Kirby games. I'm gonna look for this right now, or else I'm not gonna remember later.
It's weird. Kirby games now, like you have to look at the move sets for what ability you have because there's so many different moves.
That's the best part about it, and especially, can you still inhale people and take their powers?
Not in this game, but in the last Kirby, yes.
Okay.
So in this game,
Kirby.
you pretty much have a role, and then you can upgrade your armor and your weapon in that role.
Okay.
So it's still pretty fun. I've had a blast playing it.
I have to say that the Nintendo Switch has one of the most satisfying touch typing sounds.
Yes.
Of like
all the sounds, like the menu sounds are perfect.
Yeah, they're really,
even
really
when
good.
You put your little Joy-Con in and it goes click. Like,
and even the little screen animation with it too is pretty cool. Okay, so I'm gonna download this right now. Hopefully it doesn't tank my internet, but I guess we'll see.
If there's one thing I'm never gonna well, I probably will eventually, but there's one thing I'm never gonna complain about with Nintendo. It's anything audio, as far as music, sounds. Like I've never really had a problem with what they do.
Yeah, all their shit it just ends up iconic as fuck.
Yep. Like even after playing Bayonetta, I'm like, this soundtrack is just nuts. Like it's so good.
How would you describe that game? Because I don't know anything about it, and you were telling me that I should play it, but I don't know.
I think a lot more people would like it if they tried it, but it's just kind of weird on the surface because you look and it looks like some sort of like porn anime game, but it's really not. It's you're a witch and you're killing angels.
Oh,
And,
you're the bad
yeah.
guy.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, they kind of the way the story works, they kind of make the like heavenly type figures the bad guys to try and push the narrative. But it's pretty much just a beat 'em up. Like you go in right off the rip in the first game, you're on a falling clock tower and you're just beating up people. Or well, angels, but same
Fuck
thing.
them up.
Yeah.
Fuck 'em.
And the combos you can do and the upgrades you get just make it really worthwhile. And then the boss battles too. If you play it on like normal or hard, fuck playing it on hard though. Like that shit is impossible. I couldn't
Okay.
get past the first level. But it's really
Damn.
satisfying because they have a lot of depth to the like bosses. There's so many phases and you have to figure out like when to dodge, because if you dodge at the right time you get like slow-mo and then you can hit them more. It's really
Dodging.
fun. And it's yeah, that's what I was thinking when you were playing Link the other day and you're trying to parry. I was like, man, he would not have a good time because
No.
in Bayonetta you have to like do it at a certain time to get witch time, which is when it turns slow-mo.
Right.
And I think you would have a problem with that.
Which is so weird because I was actually a very decent Dead or Alive player. And I was so good at countering people that they would get mad and like yell at me in real life for being so good at countering. But just my old age, man, I can't fucking see the shit coming.
Yeah, it's a fast game too, so that would be part of the issue.
Okay, I might give it a shot. Every time I load up the Nintendo store, I see how everything is fucking full price $60. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
god.
Now, if you're gonna start with Bayonetta 1, which is what I suggest, get it on Steam because it's on Steam.
Okay.
And it looks way better. You can
Okay.
still play it with controller, which I recommend. Like play it with your Xbox controller. But it looks way better. It runs way faster. They do have a bundle where you can get it with Bayonetta 2, I think, for the Switch.
Okay.
I don't know how much it is though, but I just recommend getting it on Steam because you can get it for like super cheap on the sales. I got it for like $7 or something.
Oh damn. Okay, not bad at all. All right, word. Who wants to go next? Salty?
Mine's easy. I don't think I like the closest thing to a video game I've played in the last 2 weeks has probably just been SketchUp.
No, like sketching
spending-
shit.
I have been back on a computer quite a bit beyond work, but I've been just learning SketchUp, and it's basically a 3D modeling software. So that's what I keep when you guys see me post like that barn that I'm designing from scratch. I built that thing from absolute scratch.
No shit.
Every stud is in the wall. Every piece of plywood is on the walls. Like, other than the doors, I think that's it. I think other than the doors, that entire thing was like a model that I did.
Did you already install the ceiling mirrors yet?
In a barn? No.
Is that for fucking?
That way when the bulls and the cows get it on, they get a little extra pleasure out of it.
Oh my god.
This isn't a place for fucking animals to be. It's going to be my shop.
I think middle age has called you and your wife cattle.
That's what I got out of it.
The whole purpose of building this garage is to have my own spot to work.
I was just trying to make it
By
go.
myself.
God dang it!
Now, is it to like scale? Like, could you print it out and be like, "Hey, Amish people, build this," and they'd be like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, we can do that." No shit.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, that's,
By the way, there are actually Amish around Salty. I'm not being a dick. Chat and
No,
further
it's-
future
the
listeners.
Amish built my last shop. So
Every direction there's Amish.
Yeah, very well, I must say.
Shit, I
Yeah.
almost hit an Amish cart tonight coming home.
What?
Yeah,
That
there
shit
was
happens all
like
the time.
5 carts going to wherever they live. I was like, damn, it's like almost 9.
Are their
fine.
vehicles not illuminated with lamps?
No, they are. That's why
but they don't really have lamps. Like this
Yeah.
is just recent too. They have
Like one candle power, man.
Yeah. They have like one blinker off of like a boat trailer. You know
Oh
those
my
little square
God.
blinkers that are on boat trailers?
Yep.
That's it. And a battery in the back, and it just kind of blinks.
What-
Shit, the ones I saw tonight had headlights.
Whoa. What
They're
I would
like
like
LED too.
What I would like to do is to like while they're going to sneak up. You know those the tire stem caps that have LEDs that you can put on your car, so it looks like you're go up there and like place one of those on. Be like,
Put like 20 of them.
Have them freaking out.
Dude, those Amish are rolling
What kind of
deep,
fucking
brother.
Satan worshiper are you?
Oh man.
They don't even refer to anybody who's not Amish as being English.
Say what?
Yeah, because they're Dutch.
Whoa. That's so weird. You know, Jehovah's Witnesses, anybody who isn't practicing the faith, they're called worldly.
Yeah,
That's
they're
like
just
a
coming with a fucking weird ass.
Yeah. So if you're not
You're
practicing
a fucking muggle, bro.
right, you're not practicing Jesus with the Jehovah's Witnesses, you are a worldly person. And you should be ashamed and you're going to die.
Worldly sounds like a fucking compliment to me.
No, it
It
means
is.
you are one of the world.
It would be a
Yeah.
compliment if you were not a Jehovah's Witness. Yes.
Yeah. It's like it's like saying
Like,
somebody's cultured.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You seem like a traveled person. Yes, indeed.
But here's
You
the
seem
thing.
very worldly to me. Oh, thank
And
you.
by worldly, we mean you're going to hell.
I think the worldly are like they're only reference to within being a Jehovah's Witness means you're in the truth. And I don't think we call people worldly, or excuse me, not we, they. I don't think they call people worldly to their face. It's like only a word they use when they're in like the
Yeah,
protection
it's
of
like
their
racist.
kingdom hall. Yeah, right. It
Yeah.
really is. Like, oh goddamn.
That's
But
the pure fucking like definition of xenophobia right there.
Hey, you're worldly and you're the devil. But,
different culture and you're going
Look at those worldly kids over there.
but come study with us and be one of us. All right, so let's catch up. So no gaming for you.
No, I still like we talked about this a while back, and I still play fucking Slither.io all the time. And I don't know why. It gets me like I've gotten to the point now where like I pretty much get it, and the lag is really the only thing that fucks you.
Yeah.
He knows the meta.
Learn the controls well enough, and I just get so fucking mad when I do something stupid and I die, or it lags out and I die, and I'll literally bring it up. I'll play like one round, I'll die some stupid ass way, and then that's it. And then like 3 days later, I'll click it again, fucking go back, play like one level.
Total side note, so I know that you were in the market for a little while for a MacBook Pro for work to be able to do shit on. Have you considered an iPad Pro instead of going for a full MacBook Pro?
I just the reason why I never got any of that stuff was because I just don't see why I would need it.
Now that you're in the job and you know like what you can do on the job, you're just like,
Well, and it's not even really that. Like, I'm not saying it couldn't be done, but it's like, how many projects have I done this year? I haven't thought one time to pull that fucking GoPro out and stick it somewhere.
Right.
I just take pictures throughout and post it on Instagram. It's just like, I'm not going to be spending 20 hours editing down 200 hours worth of video of a project. I did that with that fucking cabinet I built. I had all that footage, like terabytes of fucking video. And I started importing it in to, I think at the time I was using Vegas 13, and I started importing all the video in. And when the timer popped up for how long it was going to take, I just deleted the entire fucking drive. I was just like, fuck this. I don't need this in my life.
Fuck it.
No.
Okay, well, I just looked because I'm like, I wonder if they have a SketchUp app for iPad. And I know that they do have CAD programs.
It's web-based now.
Oh, okay. So I don't
Like the free version. The free version's web-based.
Okay.
But it works really well. I mean, I would rather have it as a separate app just because Chrome, which is what they use at my work, sucks balls
Yep.
and eats up every bit of fucking memory I got on them shitty ass computers.
Okay.
I got 4 gigs on the computer I was on the
Oh my
other day.
god. I was just clip that I uploaded of you, middle-aged stream, the trolling clip. I edited that in my car in like 7 minutes on my iPad. I've been doing
Really?
all
Using
of my
what?
Luma
What?
Fusion
That was pretty impressive.
and super like my last document episode. I edited that entirely on the iPad Pro, and Weenie was watching me edit it. She was going like, "Holy shit, this app is like super fluent and very intuitive." I'm like, I know. I'm fucking impressed. So now I do all of my video editing on my iPad now because
What's the name of it?
Luma Fusion. I don't know if it's for iOS.
Well, you just said you did it on your iPad.
But there are apps that are only available for iPad that don't exist for iPhones.
Oh, I see what you're saying. No, I
Yeah.
have an iPad for work, so I was wondering.
Luma Fusion. Yep. And if for your phone, anybody listening that has iOS, get InShot for video editing on mobile. It is the best video editor, hands down. And yes, I like it more than iMovie. iMovie is great for a couple things, but if you have an iPhone or an iOS device, and if you have an iPad, Luma Fusion, it's $20. But if I have transferred all of my video editing from desktop to iPad for this reason, I can edit. That's such a fucking cool case. I love that. For the audio viewers, MiddleAgedStream has an R2D2 case and it looks fucking awesome. Why were people triggered about C-3PO's eyes in the most recent trailer?
Because everyone likes to get pissed off about anything that's fucking different and what they have in their brain, and people are assholes. That's why.
Yep.
Just like the Sonic movie.
That too. Oh my god.
To be fair,
well, that
like,
was
I thought that was really trash.
That was 100% warranted. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
That was warranting cancel culture.
It
I
looked
couldn't
like
see
it
it.
was shoved in a washing machine.
It
never
looked
got
like
dried.
Sonic had been doing meth for the last fucking like
Oh, the
25
Sonic.
years.
Yeah. That was
So-
pretty bad. But whatever. I mean, I don't give a shit. What?
It didn't like if you're going to make Sonic into a quote unquote realistic creature, he's a fucking hedgehog. He would be tiny as shit anyways. If you're going for the 6 foot tall fucking blue hedgehog, give him the big giant eyes.
And the
That's
big
all
head.
I'm saying. Like, I don't even care that his head wasn't 3 times the size of his body like it is in the fucking video game, but you gotta give him them big ass eyes. He had
That's
them
like the most
tiny little,
iconic
like,
part about him is his eyes.
crack smoking fucking eyes. He just looked like he'd been like huffing fucking Krylon paint for the last fucking 6 months.
Oh my god. All right, Jim Barino. What have you been gaming lately there, brother?
Not a lot. I mean, honestly, the only gaming I've been doing is when I stream on Wednesday and Saturday because I'm so busy this time of year. So, I just beat Uncharted 4, which was incredible. In fact, I enjoyed it so much that I may just jump. I was planning on jumping directly into Shadow of the Tomb Raider, but I might play before I play that. I might play the that follow up, like the Lost Legacy Uncharted, because I heard that was really really good too. So I just I don't know. I'll probably let my community decide if they want to break from that. Then I might start Tomb Raider and then do the other one later. But from all accounts, I've heard that the Lost Legacy is an awesome game too. So I've also played a little bit of Madden, and then I've been playing with my son just a few 20-minute sessions here and there. That Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, I guess.
How is that?
It's a lot of fun. Yeah, and the DLC for it just came out a few days ago, so there's a couple new characters. It's I can't imagine it being a ton of fun.
Shit.
Did you just spill your drink?
Never fails.
Hey, poor. What happened? Didn't you have like some special like
Needs?
special? No, I mean, well, maybe that. I thought you had like a special little thing to put it in, so you
Yeah.
wouldn't do that.
I know.
Forgot it.
Fucking paper towel.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
It's in the closet next to the bodies.
Yeah. But
Fucking llamas, man.
oh, that's cool.
That looks like
Yeah, it
a
looks good.
peacock ostrich.
Mm-hmm.
I
It's
don't-
hot.
I don't see it.
It looks hot, man.
Keep pressure on it. Sorry, go ahead, Jimbo. I'll dry up here, bud.
No, it's cool. No, I haven't been able to do a ton. I mean, just like I said, mainly when I stream. I'm gonna do that. October's coming up. I got a couple scary games I'm gonna probably try out in October. Yeah, man, it's just it's a grind. It's grind time for me right now. So I don't get to game nearly as much as I want to. But I guess on the flip side of things, when I do get to play games, it just feels really good because you don't have to do anything else except play some games. So that's nice. It's real nice. I can't wait to check out when I have some free time some of the Nintendo stuff, but we'll talk about that when we get to Nintendo later.
Yeah, you save yourself for me, Jimmy. Okay.
I will. All right. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Okay. I actually just today played some Rocket League on stream today, and I don't know if there's any other game that brings me back in time like Rocket League does. Like when I play Rocket League, especially on stream, I am taken back years, and I literally feel like I go back in time. The way that it makes me feel, the energy that I get from playing that game. I was pretty tired starting the stream, and then I just noticed that I blinked, an hour and a half went by, and I was fucking wired. I was like, I have to play this for another 7 hours. I was like, should I call in sick to the podcast and just play Rocket League for the whole night? It was really awesome. I ranked Diamond 3, Division 3 after not playing for 10 months. And, it only took 10 games for me to see my first N-word dropped inside chat.
Live, after they fucking lost.
Oh God! And the person was on a team, was a streamer. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me, man!
He had his thing in the name.
No, his Rocket League name was his Twitch name, like a fucking idiot.
Jesus.
Yeah, if you're gonna be in a Smurf account and be a fucking racist asshole, maybe don't make all your fucking social medias the same.
Mm-hmm.
That's increasing in Rocket League ranked. It's just so toxic.
So toxic, dude. And I
almost
remember
never play it anymore.
Yeah, and it's one of the main reasons that I stopped was just because it was so you couldn't play that game alone. If you wanted to play that game, you almost had to have friends to play with, so they don't so everybody else doesn't depress the shit out of you with how toxic they are. And it's,
literally, that happens every time I play solo. It's like, all right, that's enough.
There was probably 3 or 4 people in chat that said, yeah, I don't play this game because I get shit talked so much by my own teammates, more or less. It sucks. Nonetheless, still a fantastic game. I had a lot of fun. It plays and it streams flawlessly now. I was playing it at 1440p, 144 hertz. Dang. Chat was seeing it smooth. It was just a great streaming experience, as CD and the Third would say.
1440.
It looks crisp, man. I mean, really? Even fucking Aquadome looks crisp.
It ran well?
It does. Everything runs really. I was seeing 144 hertz pinned, and was the first time that I was playing Rocket League on 144 hertz and with G-Sync at 1440p.
Oh, man.
Fucking butternuts, dude. Oh, my God. Call me a Hawaiian roll and just butter me the fuck up. It was so good. Speaking of Hawaiian rolls, we made some smash burgers with brioche buns a couple nights ago. You ever just want to nut while you're eating? And sometimes you just want to nut into your burger and then just swamp that thing. But I resisted. Other games I've been playing lately. Weenie and I tried playing Battlegrounds off stream for an hour and a half. We both rage quit. We're the skill ceiling of that game, the skill gap. There is no gap. You are a pro if you're playing fucking Battlegrounds, man. I will say the game looks great. It runs great. But I can't play it. I fucking suck. Tried some No Man's Sky VR. We talked a little bit about that on the last podcast. And I played some Grand Theft Auto. The community birthday stream night. I think my last stream before going on vacation, we basically just sat here and we talked for 3 hours, and then somebody said GTA 5 in chat, and I just got all hyped up and I had to play it, and I just played a little bit of campaign. Me playing campaign means just mass murder in the streets, killing as many cops as I can before I die, stealing cars, driving up the mountain, and then driving down the mountain. It amazes me. Like, I try and get to the top of the mountain without killing people. And then I accidentally kill people, and then I have to kill cops to get away from the cops. And by the time I get halfway up the mountain, I've got 4 stars, 2 choppers, and I never fucking make it to the top. That game is probably the worst for me to play ADD-wise. I just get so distracted by everything around. So that
still
was super
plays
fun.
amazing, though.
Oh, it does. It really
How
does.
old is that game now?
2015? 2013?
I think it might be older. Well, 2013 probably.
When the first one for the first consoles.
Because it released on Xbox 360. That's when I first started.
That's
playing
when I first started playing it too. I still have
5-minute loading times.
Mm-hmm.
God. And dude, we've been watching a lot of RP lately. I'll tell you what, I've been getting enjoyment out of RP like I've never gotten enjoyment before. Almost every time we go to watch Twitch, we're throwing on Summit or Kevin. We caught a little bit of Ziggy. Ziggy's super funny as well to watch. And I don't know what, like, a lot of people knock RP because of the downtime, like the amount of times that people are just standing around kind of talking in circles. I genuinely like when all the characters kind of get around and just start talking, because something happens. Gas station blows up. A rogue cop comes up and tases somebody and just goes, takes off. It's been good fun watching it lately. And we talked a little bit about this recently, but I am impressed that it is still as alive and thriving as it is. It has been thriving for longer than it ever has before. And it's cool because now that a lot of the bandwagon streamers have jumped off of it, the people who have been playing RP for months and years leading up to this are starting to get a little bit more spotlight. And that's something you always like to see as well.
Yeah. And I will say this, as somebody who is a big fan, if it wasn't for Summit coming back in every so often, the whole category would be dead as fuck. I don't care what anybody says. Yes, guys like Lord Kavon and Buddha and all them, they get a lot of views normally, but you're not hitting those kind of numbers without Summit on the server. Summit comes in and gets 25,000 fucking people watching the server.
Right.
And then as he interacts with people, you can literally watch the fucking analytics on all these other channels go up as he interacts with other people in the server. It's fucking insane.
Yep.
So good on him for coming back. Like, take your 3-week breaks or whatever, and then right before it's getting ready to hit the fucking cliff edge, Summit pulls it back.
Yep.
And fucking, so I'm happy about it. I don't watch it as much on Twitch anymore, just because the mobile app sucks so much.
My nickname
raging boners.
It fucking sucks. My nickname for Summit is the paramedic, because he revives games like it's his fucking job.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts.
Other than that, Weenie and I have been playing a dick ton of Battlefield 4 and loving absolutely every minute of it. We've had a lot of late nights, Gippy, Bourbon, Vans, just slaying puss in that game. 6, 7, 8 hour gaming sessions of Battlefield. There's a company, or not a company, there's a dude. His servers are called Best East and Best West servers, and he has anywhere in between 4 or 8 different conquest servers that he runs all at the same time. They are easily modded, they're light modded, they have VIP, and they're admined well. And ban, like, high pings not allowed, racism's not allowed. People get banned for excuse my language, spawn raping, because that's just what they call it in the game. So it's good to see, like, moderated servers. I've stopped playing Battlefield 5 because of the amount of cheaters, the lack of moderating, the basic bitch maps, and the lack of team balancing. It's almost become an unplayable experience for me. I still like the game a lot, but in its current state, I can't play it. And I've just gone back to playing Battlefield 4. So shout out to Best East and Best West Gaming for their awesome Battlefield 4 servers. All right, moving on into news. Couple things from Twitch. We have some news for affiliates, some dope things for both affiliates and partners, and kind of like a an SOS, a little announcement for everybody, just in case they don't know. So this first announcement is for affiliates, and this was a tweet from Twitch support. We heard your frustrations, affiliates. We know your brand is important. If you have ever changed your username, you can now generate a new 6-character prefix based on that name to match. Head over to affiliate settings emotes to get started. So to clarify, you cannot just pick the emote prefix. And by emote prefix, we mean the things that come before what your emote is named. So like Monka S, where Monka is the channel name usually. And for affiliates, it's automatically generated. Like for me, I have my prefix from when I was Knackers TV with 1A. So my prefix is Knacker, which is terribly inconvenient. And for MiddleAgedStream, it is, I think, the mid-1. Where if you have a username that's too long, it kind of smashes your name together and randomly generates a prefix, which kind of sucks because some people.
Mine's Saltys, SALTYS 30, which is funny because I turned 30 last year when I got affiliate.
So do you think that there were 30 other people that have Salty S as a username?
Salty sucker.
Salty suck nut.
There's a shitload of SaltySams out there. That's why I'm surprised I have this username now. It wasn't until they released Justin TV's names that I got this username.
Okay.
I've literally tried for my entire adult life to change Twitter, Instagram, any new platform that comes out. Like that's what pissed me off about Mixer, since it was tied to your Windows Live ID. There's no fucking way. I'll never get any of these names because they never get rid of fucking accounts that are dead.
I hate that, by the way.
It's gonna take
the guy
forever.
on Twitter who has my fucking tag legitimately hasn't posted anything since 2008.
We'll find him one of these days.
We'll suck him up.
Yeah, we'll suck him dry. Get that name. You don't need that anymore. How's that feel? So again, to clarify, you cannot just outright customize your prefix. I found this a little confusing because I changed my name within the past year or so. I went to go look to see if I could get a new prefix, and I can't. So I don't know if you have to change your name now after they've released this feature to get the prefix change. So it's a little, it's very, very particular. You have to be in a very particular circumstance in order to kind of take advantage of this thing. Still cool nonetheless, because of people like MiddleAgedStream. I would hope that they could get a different prefix because of just the one that they have. And same with you, Salty.
Yeah, I mean, I would expect that it's probably just people that have like big ass affiliate accounts.
Right.
That they did this for. Like, I don't really get it. I feel like by the time you have streamed enough to become an affiliate, I mean, don't get me wrong, I haven't streamed in years, but like once you put in at least the effort to put the hours on the books to obtain affiliate, I feel like you probably got your name figured out.
Right.
Like, unless you're Ninja and you're just have a billion people watching you and you can just be like, hey, yo, Twitch, I'm going to get that gamer tag I've been wanting forever. I don't give a fuck about your terms of service.
Yep.
That kind of shit. Then I would change my name. But other than that, I feel like I never would have changed it if it wasn't for the fact that somebody suggested it. I honestly think I was on this podcast at the time. And
really?
Said they just released a bunch of names. And I was like, and I changed it right while I was I was definitely in a stream. In a Twitch chat somewhere, because I remember seeing both names in chat.
Oh, okay. What's crazy to me is I had a weekly calendar event that said check availability of Knackers with 3 A's. And the calendar alert would go off. And this was, I think, a year and a half that I did this every single week where I would just go and check the name. And I remember just like borderline losing sleep over like this name not being available and somebody else grabbing it. And now that I have it and I've had it for a while, I don't even think about it anymore. It's like it goes from one extreme of like thinking about it every goddamn day, and then you get it and you're like, oh man, I forgot that there was a time when I didn't have the username that I have now. So anybody out there who doesn't have a name that they want, let me tell you, I feel for you, because I had a new username and I couldn't change it for 3-4 years because name changes didn't exist. And then once name changes existed, my name wasn't available, even though nobody had it. It wasn't available for a year and a half. And I had checked it every fucking week for like a year and a half until it became available on one random Friday or something. It became available.
Yeah.
But it was like the best day of my life. I'll tell you that.
I'm pretty sure I've been trying to change mine on Twitter since like 2014.
Oh my God. That's a long dick game.
I have gone the full length of just like getting to the point where I was just like, just keep reporting this asshole like every day for being an asshole. And that didn't work. And then
Gone to great lengths.
yeah, not working. They don't care. And by the way, none of the support teams care either at any
No,
of
they do
these
not.
fucking social media platforms.
Mm-mm.
So every once in a while, I'll be like, let me send a support ticket in. I'll be like, hey, this fucking gamer tag has been inactive for fucking 11 years. Don't you think I could just get that gamer tag?
Let me suck that ass.
And they're like, automated message. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Next up on the Twitch news, September is here. Since September was introduced in 2017, the amount of support and love you have shown for your favorite streamers during the annual month-long celebration has continued to blow us away. Today, aka a week ago, we're happy to announce the third annual September, which is bigger and better than ever thanks to our partner Subway restaurants. Hey,
I didn't see that.
not sponsored, but I did have Subway today. Shut up, Jimmy.
Yeah, thumbs down for
Beginning
that.
September 3rd at 1 p.m. Through September 24th, not even a full fucking month, but whatever. In partnership with Subway, we're offering 50% off new Tier 1 subscriptions made on a web browser or desktop app. So you can support even more streamers, blah, 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 blah. If you have any gifted subs or Twitch Prime subs, you can also continue your subscription for 50% off. And that is pretty much
Twitch
the gist.
Prime subs free, so does that mean they're just gonna cut half the money out for the streamer?
Which is funny because it's like, hey, you get 50% off if you first subscribe to Amazon Prime for $120.
Yeah.
It's like they're getting
That's
greedier
fucking-
and greedier every year.
Yeah,
'Cause
it's
last year,
just-
wasn't it for any sub?
That was 2 years ago.
2
it was.
years ago. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Last year was like this. The first time they did it, it was any sub was half off. Gift subs,
Yeah.
everything. Like I was
Yep.
gift subbing like a madman because it was just so cheap, you know?
Yep.
And
And then you
they
can
changed
continue
it
another
last
month
year.
for $1.
Yeah.
Yes. Which
I think that's the best part.
I
to
also
me.
think that's probably the best part, because you're either going to pay half off and then pay full price, or you just pay full price and then you pay $1. So it's
Yeah.
like it's the price difference isn't that much, but it's up there.
Especially
Um,
if you get gifted it from somebody else, and then it's like, oh, $1 for 2 months, duh.
Yep.
It's like a no-brainer.
100%. So this also leads into the next kind of Twitch news that I wanted to go over. And the homie Loco, which Loco was on the podcast a little while ago. She's an awesome person. She put out a Twitter video last week explaining the differences in pricing from buying a sub or bits on desktop or buying Twitch subs or bits on mobile. And here are the differences in pricing. And this goes both for Android and iOS. 100 bits in a web browser is $1.40. 95 bits on Android, which I'm guessing is iOS as well, $2. So 60 cents more. A sub on mobile is, or I'm sorry, a sub on desktop is $4.99, and a sub on mobile is $5.99. So it's a full dollar more. And I'm sure many of you are asking, what the fuck? Why is it more expensive? What the hell, Twitch? It's not Twitch's fault. It's actually the mobile platform's fault. So all revenue that gets generated from mobile apps, whether it's on Google Play or on the iOS App Store, the App Store platform gets a cut of all revenue generated, whether it's from the purchase of the app itself, whether it's from revenue from purchasing in-game currency on the app, whether it's from the ads, all revenue they pretty much get to collect on. So that is where the price inflation is coming from. And just seeing screenshots from even people that are out of country or people that in Canada, the mobile prices are fucking insane compared to here in the US. So there's a discrepancy there. So just keep that in mind. If you watch a lot on mobile, it might be better for you to go to your mobile browser, like your internet browser, switch it to desktop mode, and then purchase the sub instead of trying to do it in app. Jimmy, what are you smiling about?
I'm just laughing at.
Oh, okay. That was something I did.
No.
It's fucking dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand it because their app is complete shit.
I can give you a
It'll
pro
be cheaper
tip,
for
though.
you to use the app. Because you can't block the ads.
Right.
A pro tip though, and this if you're a streamer, if you haven't done this already, you should set up a either a icon in your info panels that is a direct link to the web program for you to subscribe to, because then that allows people to subscribe directly using a browser within mobile, and then it doesn't cost any extra. Or conversely, what you might want to consider just having a command for your bot that allows people to click a link from within there that they can click on, as opposed to using the subscribe from within the app that makes it cost more. But yeah, it's the same. It's way more expensive for all the other shit too, like bits and all the other shit. You know what I'm saying?
And by the way, every streamer, the URL, the direct sub URL is twitch.tv/subs/your username. And if you guys want an idea of what that looks like, I'll put a link in chat so you can see. There's like an entire page that is dedicated to subscribing to a streamer on Twitch. So twitch.tv/subs/your username on Twitch. Sub to Knackers on Twitch.
By the way, are you guys familiar with Twitch Prime?
Did you know that if you fuck a Subway sandwich, you get half off your next sub? Sandwich, not Twitch subscription. We're gonna hear of a fucking epidemic of people running into Subways fucking their sandwiches. Give me half off.
Hey, it already happened with McChicken.
What?
You never heard about that?
People fuck McChickens?
There was a video of a dude fucking a McChicken. That was like, oh man, that was probably a year and a half ago.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. I think that is it for the Twitch news. Anybody have any final thoughts on any of the Twitch stuff announced?
Mobile sucks.
Money.
Oh god. Mobile.
The mobile app does suck, but I just like the convenience of being able to pull it up wherever I'm at in the house. So I used
used
to use
to.
the mobile app for a lot.
Yeah.
I used to until I ran into ads every time I clicked on a streamer.
Oh my god.
Most of the ones I watch
throws it out the door.
are ones I'm subscribed to anyway. So
That's fair.
Doesn't really affect much.
That's it. Like, that's why I don't really watch any of the GTA 5 RP shit live anymore. There was a few nights ago where there was like a big event, and I watched the whole thing go out until like fucking 5 o'clock in the morning. But for the most part, I just watch YouTube clip videos, and then I just watch Knackers on Twitch.
I was shout out to Knackers. I was watching, or I was trying to raid
Worth
a random person a couple nights ago when I was playing Breath of the Wild. Loaded up 4 streams, ad on every single fucking stream. You know what I did? I closed them all out, and then I raided somebody who I knew instead. And that made me sad inside. I was like, you're really going to show me the same ad 4 different times? That completely kills anybody's motivation to find somebody random instead of somebody
Especially
that they
in a
already
raid.
watch. Right.
non-skippable and very long ads.
Yes. And the
And there were
time that
Xfinity
ad
ads.
finishes, you can find and watch somebody else.
You can
Right.
probably watch 5 people.
Right.
They need to do it. If you're gonna do ads on everybody like that, you gotta do it like fucking YouTube, where it's like 5 seconds, hit the skip button.
Yep.
If they don't hit the skip button through the first commercial, we're gonna throw another one in there 30% of the time. But every motherfucker is gonna hit skip.
Right.
Give me the option.
One final part about Twitch that I actually completely forgot about that Bearded Corvus just dropped. There is a new point system that is coming to Twitch where you get points just from watching somebody. And I'm just going to pull up the Twitch blog regarding it and just kind of read these first couple paragraphs. Channel Points is a customizable points program that lets streamers reward members of their community with perks, including a taste of benefits typically reserved for subscribers. It's currently in early access and only available to select partners and affiliates. Channel Points comes with built-in automated rewards that streamers can customize. Streamers can also create custom rewards that they fulfill on their own, such as choose the next channel I host. Whoa. For viewers, channel points are a way to be recognized for all the ways they're already supporting the community, for watching a channel to be part of a raid. The points they earn are specific to the channel. If this is going to be a huge idea, if they found a way to reward the people that participate in raids, that is fucking genius. I'm 100% for that, because not only does that benefit the streamer, that benefits the next person that you are sending the love to more. And that would Twitch fucking bring that. Find somebody to code that, okay? So how to earn channel points. Channel points can be earned by actively watching an enrolled channel at various intervals. After watching a channel for an eligible amount of time, you will receive a click to claim notification.
Oh,
okay.
There's the catch.
So you can't just let it run and collect your points.
Yeah.
You got to be there to hit something.
Suck my dick, Twitch. Come on, dude.
You know what would be even funnier if ad block that, since you're blocking the ad, so you don't get the points.
Somebody's gonna coders Chrome extension that auto clicks this when it comes up, please. That is fucking
Okay, hang on. Chat says you don't have to click. It's more points. It's a bonus if you click. It's like yeah.
Still,
It's still dumb.
sounds like the third annual September. Like,
It is just another feature of Mixer.
yeah, and I'm super stoked about it because it's kind of like a branch off of the VIP. I don't use VIP the way that most people do, and probably the way that Twitch intends you to use VIP. But I love that they handed out a free way for you to give sub perks to people who can't afford to sub or for whatever reason you want. Like, it's a great way to get people the same perks as people who are fortunate enough to sub. I love that they are now making an additional way that isn't a streamer's responsibility in order to rack up points to get the sub perks as well. I'm all about that kind of stuff, and I'm super excited to see them kind of branching off. Holy shit, this original article is super long, and I'm just going to stop reading there. But if you are more interested, I'll post a link in chat where you can check out more about it.
so it's pretty much just like the Streamlabs thing that they have in some streams where you just get points for
It
one.
had like the little
Yeah,
chest
but
pop up on
the
screen.
the whole thing is just the back end of that. Like, yeah, there's been a million different point systems. Every bot, MooBot, Nightbot, they all had some kind of point system. But the fact that you can actually hand out legitimate benefits through Twitch
That they can use.
Yeah, like not you don't have like a special Discord channel or something like that. Like, we're gonna give you sub benefits if you're a VIP, or give you some level of something.
Yep.
That's cool. It's always good to fucking reach out to the people that support you the most and say
Agreed.
thanks, motherfucker.
Yep.
Yeah. It's also going to increase traffic, if I had to guess, and that would bring more people to give ads to Twitch.
Yeah. And
That's my thought always. It's like they're just trying to bring people in so they can sell.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And let's not forget that the CEO of Twitch was quoted at saying, we want to reach this many billions of dollars in ad revenue in 2019. So everything that you are seeing being generated is most likely being pointed towards ad revenue.
What do you always say, Knackers? If the thing you're using is free,
You are the product.
you are the product.
Yep.
100%.
100%. Before we get into our Nintendo chat, Salty, I see you have a link for something you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I just wanted to point out the fact that it took almost a year and a half for Steam to do anything in response to Epic, and all it is a new library system with a little bit more intuitive search functions.
Fair.
So I was just
About
like,
time.
at the same time, it's like they didn't really do shit. Like,
Right.
You did absolutely nothing.
Yep.
I still I don't even remember how the fuck to take it off now, so it's just stuck there. But I have like a theme that I downloaded and put on there, and it's broken, and
That's how mine was. I had to take it off.
I don't even know how to take it off. I was just like, you know what, fuck this shit.
Because I think that was after they did the friends and chat update where they had the new like Discord like thing at the bottom or whatever.
How do you guys
Yeah.
feel about that now that it's been implemented and it's normal?
I use it exactly the same way. So I don't know. I couldn't even tell you what they added other than updating the look of it.
So they changed the way that it's laid out and organized. All the friends that are currently playing the same game as you are now at the top of your friends list. And I think part of it is still organized alphabetically, but they came up with like a groups feature where things are kind of like grouped up a little
Oh
bit.
yeah, because
differently.
they're grouped by game. So if you have a group of friends that are playing a game, it'll just all be in there. That part I actually like because you don't have to. If you have a lot of friends, you don't have to scroll forever or search them or whatever. You can just look at the game and pick it.
By the way, MiddleAgedStream, I downloaded Tetris 99. I forgot that it was free. I completely forgot the game was free. I played 2 rounds, got creamed on. Like, I've gotten nutted on like I've never gotten nutted on before. I couldn't figure out how to drop pieces. I'm pressing like every single button, and I'm like, it can't be up to drop a piece.
up.
It's fucking up.
Fucking inverted stick bullshit.
God damn it. And I'm using the goddamn Joy-Cons, which are not
Oh.
neat. They are not
That's your
cool.
first problem.
Ugh.
See, I think they're neat for portability purposes.
I love them.
Literally, the only reason I love them is because you can take your Switch, just the handheld, to a restaurant, and you can take both of them off, and you have 2 players. That's the only reason I like them.
Cue up whoever made the MiddleAgedStream meme of like holding the Joy-Cons and it just says like Joy-Cons are neat.
That was funny.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm always excited for redesigns. I haven't used a Steam theme in so long, but I'm always excited to see some change.
Yeah, I mean it's a good start, but it shouldn't have taken this long for basically what is essentially an aesthetics update.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they've changed and added a couple features to the search in your libraries,
Yeah.
but it's really just a way of selling you games. That's
Right.
all they updated. They put a pretty face on what is otherwise the exact same program, and then they changed the way that they recommend new games to you,
Right.
and that's it.
I'll
They
take
just
it.
they just don't care.
Yeah, they really don't. All
It kinda
right.
remind.
Oh,
I was
no,
just
go
gonna
ahead.
say, I was watching the Joe Rogan, Neil deGrasse Tyson podcast the other day.
Oh, such a
And
good one.
He said something in there that was like, it just really, I never thought about it, but it's so true. When you have these type of systems that like know exactly what you want and they're going to suggest things for it, it takes away from the randomness of finding something you wouldn't be looking for. So like for ads on Instagram, like I get clothes ads out the ass.
Yeah.
And it's like, they're cool, but if I buy it, that's all I'm going to buy. I'm never going to go back to them. There's nothing that's bringing me in other than, oh, wow, that's cool. Let me buy it.
Mhm.
And that's the same for games or whatever. It's like you're not really getting invested into something as much as if you were to find it randomly.
I wonder if that also kind of, this is totally left field, but the whole science behind like Tinder, like instead of meeting somebody accidentally and getting that first genuine surprise interaction conversation with somebody, you get to know somebody kind of well before you even like meet them for the first time or like have a date for the first time.
I think Tinder is a little bit different than. You probably should go with like a Match.com or something like that, because Tinder is literally just like, let's skip the bullshit. I need some pussy,
I need to fuck.
and then we out.
Don't be mistaken. There's definitely some surprises on there.
This is
Yeah.
true.
So I think you're thinking more along the lines of like Match or something like that.
Okay, fair.
But yes, there
I
is
see the comparison.
there's a benefit to feeling
Surprise
that out
butt
ahead of
sex.
time. I mean, I met my wife online, so we've been
Same.
together for like 7 years, 7 years.
Crazy.
Apparently, I fucked that up the other day because I like my memory is complete shit. And like it's amazing I'm here every week, and it's mainly just because Knackers fucking posts a tweet like mid-afternoon that's like, "Hey, we're having this show tonight."
Oh shit! I gotta put
yeah,
clothes on.
I actually like in my wedding band, the inside of it, I had laser cut my wedding day
Okay.
date,
Wouldn't forget.
so I wouldn't forget it. But I don't know what the day we started dating was, because that was like fucking 7 years ago.
For live stream fails content, will you chuck that ring at the wall behind you?
At the risk of, I mean, I don't give a shit.
That was so loud. That was so much louder than I thought it was going to be.
I definitely think it slid under the door. Too.
Your wife just saw her wedding
she was
ring.
like just walking by the hallway, and
Yeah.
and the ring just slid right at her feet.
I
as she
think
walked
the
by.
funniest. I have to go get it now though, because one of her cats will go ape shit.
And eat it.
That would be a live stream fit.
Honey, why did one of our cats shit our wedding ring? I can't believe that.
That's hilarious.
Oh my god. All right. Moving on to the next topic. We're talking all things Nintendo. And before we kind of get into our topic discussion, I want to give all of you a chance to kind of participate. I would love to know what your current favorite Nintendo Switch games and accessories are. I've been real hot on getting some dope accessories for the Switch. I've just been hot on the Switch lately. It's been a freaking hour that I've had it. So if you want to participate and send in your criteria, use !A in chat, and then we're gonna get back to everybody's answers during the Q&A at the end of the show. So first and foremost, we obviously have the Nintendo Direct that came out. It was about a couple days ago. I would say maybe less than a week ago. And it was one of the first Nintendo Directs that I watched live. It was one of the first that I watched almost all the way through. And it was one of the first that I thoroughly enjoyed. And I guess I'll ask Jimmy and Vans their favorite games when we got to kind of talk to everybody else. And we'll just kind of go through these like one by one and talk to them. I guess the one thing that I didn't see at all is that Overwatch is coming to the Nintendo Switch on October 15th. MiddleAgedStream, do you have any interest in playing Overwatch now that it's on the Switch?
No.
No, not at all.
mean, I have Overwatch for PC, and I tried to play it. That game moves too fast for me, man. Like it's just too much shit going on. It's like I tried. I probably put about 10 hours into it, and it was like, nope, it's just not for me. I don't really play a lot of shooters. I'm not shitting on the game. I know a lot of people love it, but it's just not. It's definitely not for me. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I don't like playing FPSs on consoles. I just would much rather have the mouse and keyboard. I'm sure that if everybody is on the Nintendo Switch, you know, I could maybe be okay, but I'd have to play one of those characters that like aiming doesn't matter. Like I would just shoot in general, like Junkrat. I would just fucking, sorry, Weenie. I don't mean to put you on blast. Junkrat's your favorite, but yeah, just shooting grenades like all over the fucking place. So that's pretty cool. To me, the biggest announcement for the entire thing was that Super Nintendo Online was coming to the Switch.
Hell yeah.
Was there any rumors, whispers, or like any inclination that this was coming to the platform?
Yeah, because there was a leak about the controller a while back.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it was on Reddit like a couple months ago. Yeah. And there was a leak. I guess the source code for Nintendo like online, they found like a folder that said like Super Nintendo games. So there was speculation that this was coming. And for some time now, for at least it'd be foolish of them not to, especially if you look at the most recent Nintendo games that were released, the NES games. I mean, they were scraping the bottom of the barrel for some of the titles they were putting on there.
Especially for some of the updates they were doing.
Yeah, so it was on, and they have such a huge catalog of Super Nintendo games, of tons of amazing games that a lot of people haven't played. I mean, they have the real popular titles that are out there right now, but there's a ton of titles and third-party titles that I'm sure will be played for the first time by a lot of people now thanks to this. So it's really cool, man. It's really cool.
I think the one part that really will get new people into it is the fact they have the saving, like wherever you're at, you can do the state save like you would do on an emulator, and they have the rewind function, which is complete BS, but new
Bullshit.
people are going to love that because they've never played a hard platforming game.
Yeah, yeah.
One of the things that I don't think I realized until just this moment is you can buy a Nintendo Switch and have 40 free games minimum just ready to go. And unfortunately, you need the internet connection to take advantage of the free games, which I know is a necessity for us, but is a fucking luxury in other countries and around the world. But I was so fucking pumped. I'm most excited for the online multiplayer aspect of all of these games. I am so excited to play some of these games co-op. And for the listeners, I'm going to read off all of the titles that were announced for Nintendo Switch Online that are available right now. Super Mario World, Super Mario Kart, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, Super Metroid, Stunt Race FX, Kirby's Dream Land 3, Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, Star Fox, F-Zero, Pilot Wings, Kirby's Dream Course, Brawl Brothers, Breath of Fire, Demon's Chest, Crest, oh my god, Joe and Mac 2, Lost in the Tropics, Super EDF Earth Defense Force. So Super Earth Defense Force, I guess. Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Super Puyo 2, I don't know what that is. Puyo. Super Soccer, and Super Tennis. So obviously there are going to be some cycling where games are going to be cycled in and out. Nintendo Switch Online Digital Library now boasts more than 60 NES and SNES titles. So I don't know.
What do you mean cycled in and out?
Yeah, they haven't cycled out anything.
Yeah, they haven't cycled.
They've only been
NES
updating
titles.
and bringing stuff in.
Oh, they only add, they don't remove?
Yeah, now
Oh.
they've been adding, like for example, like Ninja Gaiden. When they first put Ninja Gaiden in on the NES Online, like a month or two later, they added the enhanced like challenge mode where it takes you directly to the last boss and all that. Like they have those, but like they've never removed any games once they put it in.
Oh, I think I misunderstood that the plan was always to rotate games in and out that were kind of the reason that it was going to be free, is because they wouldn't always be readily available.
They do that with the Game Pass. Maybe you just got your wires crossed.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay.
Yeah.
I tried to launch the NES Classic on the plane on the way to St. Louis, and it said that I didn't have a connection. I'm like, wait a fucking minute. Do I have to have an internet connection in order to play these games?
I think the first time you launch it, you do. So it kind of knows like, hey, he's actually paying for online. So, because
Okay.
I think they have a thing. There was something I read when the NES one first came out that if you like take your internet off and you don't have the online stuff, there's some way to where it just won't let you play it.
Okay.
But I can't remember exactly what it was. It's either when you launch the game or like the first time you launch it or something. You just have to be connected.
Somebody, when we were talking about this in chat a couple nights ago, somebody in chat said you have to check in to the online app every 7 days in order to play them offline. I haven't done any research on that to see if that's true or not. But I think it came from Testonomics, who's like a Nintendo Switch fanatic, and so I trust what he says.
That's probably what I was trying to figure out.
Okay. Also on the docket, Xenoblade Chronicles Remake, Luigi's Mansion 3, Super Kirby Clash, which we were talking about at the beginning of the stream. Vance said that was a free download for on the Nintendo Online store. Trials of Mana, Return of the Obra Dinn, Little Town Hero, and then of course we have the Super Smash Brothers as Banjo and Kazooie.
And the announcement of Terry Bogard.
That
And
as well.
The announcement
From
on the
Fatal
second
Fury,
Final
right?
Fantasy. Yes.
What was that last part, Vance?
There is going to be more DLC characters. They didn't disclose how many, but everyone's assuming that's going to be another 5 fighter pass that you can buy ahead of time, which
Because
I'm all for.
the first one was Joker, right?
Yep.
It was Joker, Hero, Banjo,
And then Terry. And there is one more
Terry.
that they haven't announced.
right? Oh, then there's Piranha Plant. Maybe that
You-
counts as.
You cut out for a second.
Oh, I was just repeating what you said. There's one more there.
No, yeah. Well, Piranha Plant was originally
kind of-
yeah, because you could get
It's
it
a
for
weird
free
one.
if you got it within the first like 3 months, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
And then you can still buy it, but it's not part of the pass.
Yeah.
Okay.
True that.
How many fighters are there now in Super Smash Brothers?
Fuck, like 75,
Wow.
76,
Yeah,
something like that.
The fucking screen to select characters in that game is ridiculous.
Can you
It's-
imagine trying to balance those characters?
And the thing is, it's a very balanced game. Like, even the bad characters aren't like completely ass.
Except for Sheik.
Now, Sheik is still fun. Like, if you can play Sheik well, I mean, she's one of the quickest characters in the game, so
Mhm.
it's still able to be done. One of the pros who used to play Pichu before they nerfed the hell out of Pichu, he would every once in a while go Sheik because he main Sheik in the last game, and he makes Sheik look good.
Okay. All right. That at least gives me some hope. I just need to go pro.
No, yeah. I mean, if you play Sheik like how you normally play Sheik, it's fine. It's just she has a big problem killing. She can rack up
Okay.
damage like crazy.
Okay. Good to know.
Tag team match.
Tokyo Mirage Sessions, Deadly Premonition, and Deadly Premonition 2. So I think Deadly Premonition 1 is a remaster for the Switch, and then Deadly Premonition 2 is a new game that's coming out in 2020. Divinity Original Sin 2 coming to the Switch, and something I'm super excited for. Doom 64 comes to the Switch on November 22nd.
I think that was one of the coolest announcements.
Oh, yeah. And by the
Like,
way,
they had the guy from Bethesda come on, and it's like, what could he announce?
we just need Keanu Reeves to announce every game from now until forever.
You're beautiful.
Have a Nintendo Direct that's just him.
Yes. Doom 1, 2, and 3? Don't hold me to that. I know Doom 1 and 2 are on the Nintendo Switch Online store for $5 a piece. And I actually hadn't thought about playing the older Dooms until I was watching Epos Vox stream one of the first Doom games. He was playing on a CRT at like a high refresh rate or some shit. He's a freak. He likes playing games he plays Overwatch on a CRT.
Yeah.
It's some like
what the
bunk ass
hell?
resolution, but still high refresh rate. I don't understand. There must be some science to playing games on a CRT that I just don't know about.
I think it's a lag, like the input lag.
Input
'Cause,
lag, okay.
That's why Melee, if you play Smash Melee, go to any tournament, they're still using CRTs everywhere at every
Okay.
station.
It was so cool. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Oh, I was just gonna say basically the same thing Vance did. Like a lot of retro streamers, especially those that are speedrunners, they usually play on CRTs because, I mean, input lag makes a pretty big difference for those
Yeah.
speedruns, obviously.
And it's not only that, but I mean, even being Vans playing the NES Classic and SNES Classic on regular it's the input lag's fucking trash.
It
That's-
really is.
Back in the day, anybody who can remember the transition to LCD before LED was even a thing, anybody who played the original Guitar Heroes, and then you played them on
Oh.
back then, which was it was just called an HD TV. It was plasma or LCD.
Yep.
There was so much input lag you couldn't even play the fucking game unless they had to implement an actual like sensitivity bar almost that would match your input lag up with the fucking screen
Yep.
and the sound. It was really bad.
Oh God. A new game called Rogue Company, which kind of looked like Division for the Switch. I don't really know how to describe it, but it's a brand new IP coming from High Res Studios that comes out in 2020. Tetris 99 2.0 that has an Invictus mode, which I believe is only available to people that win a round of Tetris 99, which triggers the fuck out of me as a Tetris 99 noob. But I'm gonna be playing some Tetris 99 in some downtime, and I'm gonna try and get good at it. Because have you won a round yet, Jimmy? No?
I've of course I haven't played it now, and it's been over a month. I know I'll get back into it here when the season's over and I have more free time because it's a really fun game to play. And it's super addicting, man. Like even when you lose, like you just think one more game, and then you've played for 2 hours plus. It's a fun game. It's a lot of fun.
It's so funny because I never get excited when I know I'm sending lines to somebody else because it's so like back of the brain. But when I get sent lines, like motherfucker.
Yeah.
Last big titles that were announced for Switch: Pokemon Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield.
When does that come out?
November 5th.
Soon.
I totally forgot that game was coming out.
Yeah.
They showed a lot of gameplay. It looks really cool.
Winnie's pumped for it. It looks open worldy. Like it looks more open worldy than all the other Pokemon games have looked.
Well, I played that Let's Go Pikachu or Let's Go Eevee, that they put out last year, and I actually really enjoyed it, which I guess was a remake of the original Pokemons, I guess.
Yeah.
And I actually, it was kind of like from what I was told, it was kind of like compared to the modern Pokemons, it was a little dumbed down, I guess. But for someone like me who's never really played any Pokemon, it made me think I might enjoy playing a mainline title Pokemon.
Same.
So.
Okay.
I think that was the plan with that game because there's a lot of similarities in the UI and the like the settings and like menus and all that. So I think that was trying to get people comfortable and familiar with the system so they could end up buying this game.
Right.
Okay. Last two titles, we have Assassin's Creed Rogue and Black Flag that are both coming to the Switch, and then Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast that is coming to the Switch, which I am so fucking stoked for because I don't remember much about this game. Like, I'm not going to go in, know where all the secrets are, know every level. I just know that I absolutely loved it when I played it on the Xbox. It was I think it was original Xbox that I played it on. So I'm super pumped. I love how it doesn't look remastered at all. It looks the same exact as it always did. I am praying to God that this includes a multiplayer. Because if I can fucking cut my friends in half with a lightsaber while they're trying to like nail me down with a club, I will be so pumped if they have an online multiplayer. So I'm super, super excited for this.
I think it'd be foolish of them to not have online servers, you would think, because I think that would be the draw for people to want to play that again, I think, to be able to play it online.
Yep.
Yeah, I would normally say that, but Nintendo's online system is
I know.
trash.
I know.
So I had this conversation on stream a couple days ago because I didn't know. And so I was asking chat and they were informing me, as they always do, you bastards. I didn't know that local Wi-Fi games existed where you could sit next to somebody and play a game with them. I knew that existed for the Nintendo DS because I went to a family dinner like years and years and years ago. And my then girlfriend's cousins all had DSs and they all had Super Smash. And they're like, hey, you guys want to play? And I'm like, do you just want me to play by myself? Like, no, we can do like wireless and we can all play together. There was no input lag. It was like we were playing on the same screen. It was really, really good. And for some reason, I just didn't realize that had made its way over into the Nintendo Switch as well. And I did some looking. It doesn't seem like there are a lot of local Wi-Fi games. It seems like it's either play on the same screen or play online, and there's no like in between. Why are you smirking there, Jimbo?
I just like to smirk.
So after some digging, there seems like there's a couple titles out there. Minecraft is a big one that you can play local Wi-Fi. But Mario Kart.
Yeah, that
I
when I first got my
Kart.
Switch, it was my senior year of high school. So every downtime I'd whip it out, and we had tournaments at one point.
No shit.
Like I convinced another kid to get a Switch, and so we would do teams, and like we'd have my team on my Switch, and then the other kid's team on his Switch, and we would just go at it, like in the middle of class while we got our work done or whatever.
So you split screen with your buddy, and then them split screened. Oh,
yeah, because you can have with the local wireless. I think it's up to 8, but you can have two people comfortably on one Switch with the little Joy-Cons, and then two people on the other one. So we just duked it out.
No shit. Okay. I'm looking for games that Weenie and I can play together without having to be in our offices, because we both play our Switch. Well, when we're not playing them handheld, our Switches go into the capture cards and we have to play at our computers. But if we're going to play a game together and we have the opportunity to sit next to each other and play while maybe like having a friend stream up on the TV, I would like to do that. I'm really hoping that they develop more and more and more games that are for the local Wi-Fi playing. I'm kind of praying that Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, the remake, which I actually don't know when that comes out. Crystal Chronicles Switch. And like I said, Minecraft is something that's going to be coming out, and that supports local. I just hope that there are more that come out like that, that are co-op, because that's the kind of experience I'm looking for. 15 years.
A lot of the Nintendo games, like the mainline games that they have local. Because Smash was another one that I did. We went to IHOP one night and played.
No shit. Yeah, how's the latency on that?
By the way, for those that don't know, Vans does not give a fuck. That Switch goes everywhere with you.
Yeah. Well,
everywhere.
Like the portability aspect of it makes it like a no-brainer for me. So it's like, oh, we're going to eat. You want to play Mario Kart? Oh, you want to go do something in a place where everybody's quiet? Hey, let's bring Smash and just yell at each other. It's the best. Like, that's my favorite part about the Switch is you can have a good experience handheld, and then you put in the TV and it's still a good like console.
Okay. Alrighty. So I want to move on to the Q&A. But the first thing that I want to do is ask you guys what I asked chat regarding what are your current favorite games and accessories for the Switch. Salty, you don't have a Switch right now, do you? I'm sorry. Are you planning on getting a Switch?
I've said it multiple times just because certain games are coming out. And the thing that really the only reason I really don't want to spend the money is because the online is such shit.
Yeah, and if you don't
it's
have
also super cheap though. I mean,
yeah, that's only good.
If you have Amazon Prime, I think you can still get a year for free, right? Or are they already?
I might have expired.
I think
know
so.
It was recently that it either did or.
But either way, a year of Nintendo Switch Online is like $20.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the service is shit, but I mean, $20, man.
Free games.
That's pretty damn cheap. You know?
Yeah.
Just
so.
Saying,
none of the main lines like Nintendo titles are games that I would normally play. Like I would get a Switch and play all retro games.
Yep.
And all these other re-releases. Like when I first saw that Black Flag was coming to Switch, I was like, fuck, I might actually buy a Switch because I love that game.
Mm-hmm.
I played through that game multiple times, but it's like I really want to buy another console for one game, which is exactly what happened with PS4 for me. I bought a PS4 and I played. What the fuck was it? It might have just been Wolfenstein, like when the new series of Wolfenstein came out. I bought a PS4 and that's all I think I bought the 2 Wolfenstein games and then I bought the like Crash Bandicoot reboot, which is the laggiest input crappy. Like it's the worst input lag I've ever seen in a video
And
game.
isn't that game like super fucking hard too?
The first one, it was hard when we were kids, but it was like now it's hard as fuck because the input lag is so terrible that you have to jump like probably more than half a second prior to actually jumping in game. Like it's complete shit.
All right. I forgot to fucking fix this before I started the stream. The CSV viewer that I've been using lately has been cutting off people's questions and answers, and it just fucking did it too. And I'm seeing that people's answers are cut off. So if you guys could fill the air while I try and see if I could rectify this, and then I'll be back.
What you say?
Dude, the auto tune is so much louder than your just regular talking voice.
Sorry.
The other night, I think it was last night. It was either the last night or the night before. Whenever you were beating Uncharted, I was taking a shit across the hall, and all I hear is the auto tune. I'm like, that's loud as fuck, dude.
I can't. I was trying to figure out how to adjust it for whatever reason. It's like that one. It's just that one. It comes out way louder than anything else, and I have no idea how to fix that.
I think it makes it 10 times more hilarious.
Yeah, it does make it kind of funny.
All right, I think I might have fixed it, but keep going.
Did you want us to answer what our favorite shit is?
Yes. So what I'll do is we are now entering the Q&A realm. The question that I asked the community, and we're about to get into their answers. And the question that I'm also asking the fellow hosts are, what are your favorite games and accessories you have for the Nintendo Switch? That's it.
Favorite games currently, Tetris 99, and probably I've enjoyed playing that Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 with my kid. I like Mario Maker 2. I haven't played a lot of it lately. It was fun to play user levels and stuff, though. I like that a lot, and I know I'll be playing more of that in the future. And yeah, that's pretty much my current favorite stuff.
Well, I've been playing like nothing but Ultimate in general, so that would by default be my favorite. I got Bayonetta 2 and beat it, so that game's really good. It also looks really good on the Switch. I was surprised. I also play a lot of the Jackbox games because since the Switch is so portable, it's easy to just load that up and have everyone play.
How does that work if it's not connected to the internet though? Like,
oh, it has to be connected to the internet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
that's the only part I could care less about with the Jackbox games. But I mean, 9
Could
times
you
out of 10.
hotspot it then?
Yeah,
Okay.
it just might be a little bit laggy.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could definitely do that because all it needs is internet, so you can get the server code from Jackbox and then connect to it with your phone.
Right.
Some underrated games though are Captain Toad, the treasure tracker, really good, just chill game.
See, I had that for Wii U. Is it pretty much the same game?
Yeah, I think they just included some more levels, and I think they have paid DLC now, and you can actually co-op online, which is cool. I got Duck Game. I played that. It's really, really good. They worked so fucking long on that to bring it over because obviously it was on PC for a long time, and then they announced it. I think it was within the first year or two that the Switch was out, that it was coming to Switch, and then something happened while they were porting it to where they had to pretty much restart. And just within the past couple months it released, and it's actually really, really good. One of the more recent ones that have come out that isn't really getting talked about a lot, and I have no room to talk about it because I only have the demo. But the demo was really fun. Was Box Boy and Box Girl. It's like a puzzle platforming type game, but it's really like simple in the look of it. It's all like black and white, and it's really cool to play. I think that's it. Yoshi's Crafted World I haven't played enough. That game's really fun too because you can play through levels and then there's like different objectives where you can go back to the same levels, play like the flip side of it and get yarn balls or something, and that's really fun too. That's really all I can think of. I do want to play the Super Nintendo games soon though.
Yeah. Super Nintendo. You guys both went. You're all good?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I have quite a few accessories, and I'm more excited about the accessories than I am the games, just because I've been just going hard in it. So the first thing that is probably my favorite is this replacement Nintendo Switch dock that makes it 90% smaller and also portable. The catch is that you have to take all of the innards out of. Did they release another version?
RIP.
Oh shit! Did they? Wait a minute. What's the name of this company? Cahool? No, this isn't it. That's not the one that I'm looking for.
Very cool.
There it is. Okay. So obviously, audio listeners, you're kind of shit out of luck, but this is the new Nintendo Switch dock that I have, and it pretty much mounts like this, and then it sits on the desk like that. I just brought this to St. Louis with me, and actually everything Switch-wise I brought with me in this Amazon Basics hard case. Very solid case, kind of bulky. I did fit it in my backpack, and it was my carry-on. One of my 2 carry-ons, so it worked pretty good. So if you are feeling spicy enough to take apart your Nintendo Switch dock and put it into here, there are tiny ribbon cables that you need to insert into new connectors, and that can kind of be scary. I don't think it was that difficult. I would say 0 out of 10 difficulty. It was like a 4 or a 5. But if you're handy with taking, probably less than half an hour, like 20 minutes maybe. What's crazy is that you can see how tiny this is compared to the Nintendo Switch. The electronics take up the entirety of this case. And so when you compare that to the new dock, it's like 90% plastic and 10% PCB and connectors, which is, I always thought was funny.
Now, does it have the same amount of USB ports on it?
Yep, 2 USB 2 on one side, the USB 3, USB Type-C, USB 3, and then HDMI on the other side. When it's not docked, this case, like, it obviously slides around on the desk because there's no weight to it whatsoever. But when it's docked, it doesn't move around at all, and it's pretty nice. So I like it for that. Other than this Amazon Basics case, I also have this Pokédex cartridge holder, which it's a super like shitty lightweight sheet metal case, but it works really well for what it is, so I don't really give a shit. The thing that I was most excited about is this stand that I got, and I wanted something that I could fold up and take with me onto the plane that would always make, like, I wanted the ability to put the Switch at any angle that I chose instead of being restricted to the angle that the Nintendo Switch shitty kickstand kind of holds you onto. So this Switch goes into the stand like this, and it's weighted. It's all metal. It's got rubber feet, and you can kind of put the Switch at whatever angle you want, and it's super freaking sturdy. Perfect for the plane. So if you find yourself taking your Switch on the plane, this thing is the bomb. I got it on Amazon, less than $20. The brand is Lamical, Lamicall or OLL. But if you search, Nintendo Switch stand and you see something that looks like this, that's it. I think that's kind of it for accessories. Obviously, for games, Breath of the Wild has been up on the top. I've been streaming that game for 11 or 12 streams. Not too crazy about some of the menu systems that they have and the controls at which you access your inventory and weapons. I find it kind of clunky. I don't know if you guys have the same problem I do, where you're in a menu and you press left on a joystick and it goes, did it? And it like ricochets back and forth. I don't know if I just have a shitty Pro controller.
I was going to say, if you were using Joy-Cons, that would be very common.
Okay. Well, Joy-Cons suck the dickus.
I've never heard of that happening with the Pro controller though.
Okay. Yeah, it's really, really bad for me.
I never had that issue. But okay. I agree with what you're saying. There is some clunkiness to the UI in that game.
Yeah.
And you do have to spend a lot of time in the menus because by nature of all the items and the crafting and everything else. So, and it was funny because I was one of your most recent streams you were playing. That might have been this weekend actually. Was it play on Saturday?
Yes, Saturday afternoon.
Yeah. So I noticed I was looking at your Overland map, and you said you've streamed it now like 11 or 12 times, and you still have like so much shit left to do.
Oh, dude, because all I've been doing is mindlessly exploring the land. I can't do anything else.
Like GTA.
No, dude. I mean, I easily dropped about 100 hours in that game. I didn't stream all of my play. I probably streamed about 70% of what I played of it, but
okay.
I lost track of how many times I streamed that game. It was a lot.
Okay. By the way, the brand name for this replacement dock is Basstop, BASSTOP. And I believe it's on Amazon for $15-20. It's super cheap.
I think that's the same company that makes those Pro controller shells.
I think you are correct.
I need to get one of those.
Me too. I actually need to go pick one up from test. Super Smash Brothers is a game that I have not played enough of, but that I like a lot. Towerfall. We played some Towerfall in St. Louis with the homies. We were playing with Joy-Cons, and it was actually kind of an enjoyable experience with Joy-Cons.
There you go.
I forgot to bring the bumpers that you slide onto the Joy-Cons when they're not docked. That was my fault. I'm sure it'd be a little bit better of an experience. They do make like silicone things that you can pop Joy-Cons into that just make it a little bit easier to hold. Does anybody have any experience with those?
I wanted to get those when I was still in high school and we were going hardcore, but I never ended up getting them.
Okay. Golf Story. Definitely one of my most favorite games. Super Mario Brothers Deluxe U, which was a Wii U game remastered or ported over to the Switch. Local co-op. It's one of the Weenie and I's favorite games to play together. We played on the plane. It was dope. And that's kind of it for games on the Switch so far. I purchased Super Mario Party to prepare for my vacation, and I was so disappointed in that game.
Yeah, I agree. It's very disappointing compared to past ones. It's super passive. Like, it's not as aggressive, like, fuck you, I'm going to steal all your coins or your stars or whatever. And it's like, even if you get something bad in that game, it's not like terrible. Like in the past games, you would have all of these things that are really shitty, and then, or you could lose a star. And now it's just like, oh, let me just give you a little spanking real quick. You go on your way, young man.
Fucking participation trophy bullshit.
Yeah.
After that game came out, I had went back on Dolphin and I played Mario Party 7, I want to say. That game, you get fucked.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it's so bad if you
No mercy.
It's like first to last almost every turn.
I was very disappointed in the mini games most of all. And if you just want to go and play video games or mini games, it's super cumbersome. They have a couple modes, but it's like if I just want to play Mario Party mini games, it's like super cumbersome, and that was super disappointing. So I would have refunded it if I could have, but I'm stuck with it for now. So
you have one refund on your Nintendo account. I don't know. Most people don't know that because they don't advertise it. But if you call the support line and talk to the dude, they'll even tell you it's like, oh, this is your one and only time. Because that happened to me on the last sale they had. I think it was when Evo was going on. So like a month or two ago, I bought Dragon Ball Fighters on the Switch, and I was gonna buy the DLC pass. I was gonna get the deluxe version and then get the DLC pass separate, but I accidentally bought the wrong one. I bought the base game, so I called them. They refunded it, and I just bought it again.
okay.
Hey, I totally forgot to bring this up, and you might have said it, and it went over my head. But did we mention that new Zelda game's coming out, like the remake of?
No.
Link's Awakening. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a Link to the Past, kind of, right?
Yeah. When we were watching Nintendo Direct, Weenie's response was, "It's so cute."
Doesn't that come out this year? Coming out soon, doesn't it?
Very soon,
It
yeah.
comes out in the next month or two.
Yeah, October or November, I want to say.
Yeah, I think it's closer to the Pokemon release date, but I can't say for certain.
Awakening, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Link's Awakening, because that was originally a Game Boy game, but it was completely 2D, so they've redone everything.
Yeah, and I remember playing that on Game Boy, and it was a lot of fun. So I think that's one I'll probably pick up for sure.
Is it as hard as Link to the Past?
It's similar.
Because Link to the Past does not hold your hand one fucking bit.
No, but I mean they modernized shit. I'm sure it's probably not as difficult.
Yeah,
Okay.
with the graphics, I couldn't imagine them like just throwing you in there. It looks like it's intended to be a beginner-friendly game.
Okay. But yeah, as somebody who I don't think played Link's Awakening at all, that's a title I definitely will be picking up for the Switch. And it's actually in the Twitch Nintendo shop right now. You can pre-order, but you shouldn't. But it's there. So it means it's coming out soon. All right, answers from the chat. First one from Von Gerstenberg, right? Gerstenberg?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mario Maker 2. I'm a sucker for old school retro as an accessory. Pro controller, most def. That is something that I bought again, aside from my joystick woes, I do have the Super Smash Brothers Pro controller. I love the look of it. I do like the look of the all black one a little bit more. Jimmy
Really?
is showing his inferior Joy-Cons currently on screen. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get
They're neat.
the green shell for mine. The see-through green one.
Ooh, yeah. We were talking about this in Discord this past week. I want to get 4 8-bit DOE controllers to travel with because I don't want to get Joy-Cons and I don't want to get 4 Pro controllers because that'll set me back $250. I think I'm going to get the controller that Jimmy has in his hand. I think it's the 8-bit DOE 30 Pro, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, it's the 8-bit DOE in 30 Pro. And they have a couple different versions of this. I like the one that's got like the NES look on the front.
Yep.
But this is a fantastic controller. Like the D-pad feels really good. It has the 2 Z, L, and Z. It has the 2 buttons on top, and it has analog sticks, which I've never really used because I usually mainly use this for when I emulate stuff. I use this controller, but I know I can use it for my Switch. I just never have used it for my Switch.
Okay. I actually lied. You have the N30, which you said. I think I have my eyes on the Super Nintendo version of yours, which is the SN30 Pro G.
It's the same thing. It's pretty much the same.
Looks like just a little bit bigger and bigger joysticks is really all it looks like.
Yeah.
But I don't feel comfortable like bringing the Switch to places and like handing people a Joy-Con and be like, here, prove to me how good you are at video games. I would rather give them like a decent controller. And I think the SN30 Pros only run like $40 a pop. I would rather drop $120 on 3 of those than $240 or $250 on 4 Pro controllers. And I also want the portable factor of the 8-bit DOE controllers because trying to travel with 4 of these in a suitcase is going to be a little bit more of a problem. Should I bring all of my GameCube controllers to TwitchCon?
How many do you have?
I have 6.
Jesus, hold on.
Yeah.
Let me get one.
If you have more than one,
I have 2. I have
Okay.
a third one that's kind of jank.
okay.
So I would say probably bring a couple if you can, because I don't know what people will like.
Actually, and this was my first 8-bit DOE product.
Hey,
was
I
the,
got that too.
The wireless adapter. Can you use 4 of these wirelessly with a Switch?
Yeah. Yeah.
No
'Cause
shit.
it pretty much acts like
Oh.
these are the same. Like this would be a third-party wireless controller. Same thing with the 8-bit DOE adapter. So it just recognizes it as a controller. So you can
Got it.
technically use 8 of them. I don't know why you would, but
Okay. So how about you bring 2 GameCube controllers? I will bring 2 GameCube and the GameCube adapter.
well, I got the adapter. It's no problem.
Okay.
Well, which one do you have? You have the official one, don't you?
I have 8 game controllers and I got an adapter. Oh, I got a Wavebird. Ooh.
Oh, I'll suck dick for a Wavebird.
Because I have the Mayflash one. So
Okay.
whichever.
Okay. Word.
Or if you want, we can bring both.
Oh, baby. Test out the latency. Get real nerdy with it.
There's something else I was gonna say. Oh, I think we're all bringing Pro controllers too, so there'll be plenty of options.
Also, I totally lied. That was Platform Playa that said Mario Maker 2, not
Wow.
Vaughn. So I'm sorry. The only way I can collect your goddamn answers from chat is if you put them into CSV format, and then I have to use a free CSV viewer in order to view your questions. And every time you guys put a fucking comma, it separates it into another column. So the viewer has to be spread across all my monitors so I can see your answers. Stop using commas.
Sorry for trying to be grammatically correct, knackers.
I know. I need somebody I will pay money to somebody that can build me a tool that can take people's answers from chat without having to be a CSV. If there's anybody out there that can do this for me, please contact me. I'll suck your dick. Vaughn actually said hardware pro controller. Yeah, right. Hardware pro controller, favorite owned games, Super Mario Maker 2, Breath of the Wild, Doom, new favorite, River City Girls.
I think that's a newer game.
What is that?
It's like
Yeah.
he was telling me about it the other day. It's like River City Ransom. It's like kind of
Yeah.
like a spiritual sequel or successor to that sort of game. It's supposed to be solid. I'm gonna check it out.
Okay.
I'm gonna check it out. Yeah.
Beer Balot said Nintendo account to access any online feature. So that was in response to us talking about Nintendo Online and whether or not you needed an online account or not. Tempest Born said expiring authentication token. I don't know what that was, but thank you. Tempest, if you wanna clarify in chat, I see you active right there. Okay, moving on to the questions of the Q&A. I have questions from 4 different people that were from earlier when I was doing a Rocket League stream, and I forgot to turn off the question command. And they all say, "Hey, cutie, what are you doing after stream? You sons of bitches."
Oh.
And now I just accidentally organized them by username, and they're no. Okay, give me a hot second here, chat. I'm sorry. This is why I need to find somebody that can code me something, because this is so cumbersome, and I need to
Wouldn't
just
be a
not.
podcast without some difficulties.
Good lord.
Are you not doing like? Isn't there a way to do those sorts of things directly from the Streambot?
I thought so too.
Because that's. I'm pretty sure you could just
It
type.
just puts it in like a text file or something. Right?
That's
Well,
how
I
I do it now. Are you saying like view it inside the bot?
Well, like, yeah, because like I know in my chatbot, like for example, like when I do Mario Maker levels, I just add that and then it saves the text after what you put in for whatever your command is for if you're adding. So if you're
What if I have multiple commands?
well, that's what makes it tricky because I just do the one.
So I think that's probably why I haven't gone that route.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. First question from, you know what, Ernest, I think your first question did not get. Nope, it did. Okay. Ernst Blowfield asks, would you rather have dick-sized nipples or nipple-sized dick?
Dick-sized nipples for sure.
Yeah,
Can I fuck people with my nipple dicks?
it's a whole lot easier to fix dick-sized nipples than it is for nipple-sized dick.
Dude,
Get me a scalpel.
right. You can always shave off your nips. Can I fuck people with my erect dick nipples? Because if so, I'll take those for sure.
Do they have nuts too?
It's a fucking 5-way, bro.
Hey, yeah. I would definitely rather have dick-sized nipples for sure. I just give me a normal-sized penis because anything's better than what I have now. Next question, also from Ernst. Time isn't real. It's only a way for humans to describe motion. So, question. How would you use so many commas, you fuck? How would you envision a world where humans didn't invent the concept of time to describe motion? What would be the biggest difficulty?
Scheduling.
Let's fuck
then there would
with
be
our
no
dick
calendar.
nipples. Right, no calendars whatsoever.
We
You-
wouldn't know a lot. That would be terrible.
How would you
I mean,
envision
at
a
the end
world?
of the day, it's just humans have a ridiculous need to classify and quantify every single thing around them. So I feel like the concept of time is an eventuality. Like,
True.
Somebody's going to invent it at some point.
Right,
Gotta
like
have some sort of order.
when the
Yeah.
sun is down,
Yeah,
we do the
every
dirty.
concept
I mean,
of
that's all
time
started.
was gone. There'd be no tomorrow, no yesterday, no your age wouldn't matter, like none of that shit. So I feel like the concept of time has been around damn near as long as humans have.
Right. I find it hard to envision a time where we don't have time, pun intended. Ironic word use there. I would feel like our lives would be way less stressful if we didn't
Yeah.
live by time, right? And then there would be no age. There would be no schedules, no calendars. Everything would just happen as it happened. But like the concept of having babies, like how do babies always come out at the same time? Like what this doesn't make sense. Every like 9,
That's
well,
what
we
I'm
wouldn't have
saying.
months. Right.
Why is that person getting saggy?
Yeah. The elders.
The elders.
What do they have that I don't have?
Jimmy, any final points on that?
No.
I didn't know if he answered or not. Okay. Next question from Starving Buddha. Do you think Jimmy can beat every motherfucker here in an arm wrestling or rock, paper, scissors?
Definitely beat me in arm wrestling.
I mean, he's got dad strength, so I would have to imagine that gets him pretty far. Have you ever had to physically restrain a student?
Not recently,
Okay.
but in the past, yeah.
Okay. From like fights, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Has anybody come after you, like trying to attack you?
Not yet.
Yeah, not really.
Okay.
No.
I would imagine
Not
you just
really.
fucking Falcon punch
Not
them
on-
right in the face.
Not on purpose.
That's when the concept of anything as a weapon comes into play for him.
Right.
Yeah.
He's just gonna reverse it back on them.
John Wick with a number 2 pencil.
Well, there's like a law, like in Texas. I don't know what it's like in other states, but basically, as long as you're not trying to, you can, if you have to subdue someone or whatever, like you can't really be sued if you're not going above and beyond trying to, like I'm not gonna go out and start punching people in the face. Obviously, that's not subduing someone.
Love to see that.
Like
I
you
said, shut
can't
the
be
fuck up.
if you're trying to get a student away from like another student or whatever, and you grab them and chuck them aside, and
Hell
maybe
yeah.
maybe they separate their shoulder or something happens, like I can't be sued because they were trying to hurt somebody else.
Okay.
You know?
See, I like that because like the kids at my school would just go crazy, and then the teachers couldn't do anything because then their parents would get mad. It's like, dude, this kid literally just beat the death out of this person.
Yeah.
What else am I supposed to do?
You know, it's always
Yeah.
so funny. Like, when I'm scrolling through Instagram and I see like fight accounts that are just retweeting fight videos, kids will wail on each other for like 2 minutes straight, and then they come out of the fight walking, no blood, no bruises, no like inflation or not inflation, swelling. Like their hits are so fucking weak that nobody actually gets hurt. And it looks like they are just wailing on each other as hard as they can. And nobody's like physically phased whatsoever. That always makes me laugh. Stupid fucking kids.
Yeah,
You're so
that's
weak.
why you watch World Star, because World Star is just people like committing first-degree murder.
Yep. Kimbo
Yes,
Slice. Don't
That's a
fuck
fucking
around.
And
Psychos,
documenting.
man. Yeah, and 10 people videoing while they do it. It's like, hey, this guy just scuffed my shoe up. Kill him.
Kill him.
Beat him while he's down.
Tempest clarified on his thing. I'm sorry, my fucking method of collecting things from chat sucks, Twitch. I'll work on it. Nintendo Switch Online games are secured with an expiring authentication token. You have to log on every few days, 7 in this case, I believe, to keep the token refreshed. If it runs out, it knocks out your access.
Internet gang.
Internet gang, 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 gang. Tempest, thank you very much for clarifying that and giving me that info. Next question. This question is for Jimmy. If the Industrial Revolution changed the face of modern novel forever, could you discuss giving specific examples of how the Industrial Revolution really changed the face of modern novel forever? Can you elaborate and give any specific examples?
This reminds me of a story about a puppy.
So that question is actually from Billy Madison, I think
Yep.
it is.
100%.
Yeah. So I think it's just a joke question, but the history teacher in me will tell you that there were a lot of literary responses to the criticism of all the things that happened during the Industrial Revolution, like the impact on the environment, for one, child labor laws or the lack of them would be another one, and then also the availability of, if you're talking about non-specific to the literature itself, you have the availability of more books because now you have more printing presses as a result of the Industrial Revolution. So hopefully those 3 answers are specific enough for you. There you go.
I give you an A+.
And who would have
thanks.
thunk all the lies that would get printed into the United States history textbooks?
No,
And
Like
Twitter.
us going to the moon. I didn't say it. We had a fun conversation. My mom was asking me about something, and I started getting into like conspiracy theories. The first one, not trying to offend anybody. The first one that came about was 9/11 an inside job, and then I started telling my mom about like the Rothschild family, and then we got into like the secret assassinations of the Kennedy family, or not Kennedy. Oh my god. I got my dick sucked in the Oval Office, dude. What's his fucking name?
Clinton?
Clinton. The Clinton Foundation. And how many like people disappearing are attached, like, and I was just going down this rabbit hole and I saw
like
my
that
fucking
last guy.
mom's brain just melting.
Jeffrey Epstein fucking
That whole shit.
That's
hung
nuts.
himself in suicide watch with nothing in his cell and nobody around.
Right. And she was like, her head was spinning, but at the same time, she was like, why? She was genuinely concerned why I was spending so much time. Like, I never really look into these conspiracy theories. They're just like random
It's just
YouTube
known,
videos that come through, whatever.
You
She's
follow Eddie Bravo on fucking
right.
Twitter.
Look into it, dude. Look into it.
Yeah,
But
Google it, man.
It was
Google
just so funny because my mom thinks I'm a pretty good kid and she thinks I'm pretty stable. And then I just started unloading all these conspiracy theories and the doubt I just saw just like rising. I could see it in her eyes. Good times.
Crazy.
Last question from Tempest-Born. Rocket League is not the only toxic game out there. Where do you normally find your teammates for streams? I'll answer this last.
I have actually never co-streamed ever. Like,
Not yet.
not yet. We'll leave it at that. Not yet. Winky face. So I've played a few games with other people that doesn't really involve so much like the back and forth with like talking so much, but yeah, never actually co-streamed with another streamer. So maybe soon be co-streaming with somebody else. We'll see.
So let's spin this a different way. How did you go about finding yourself here now? Like how did you end up finding people like-minded, handsome, smart, very intelligent?
Well, what do you mean?
How did you go about finding a good group of people? Like you obviously have a good group of streamers that you are confident talking on social media with, being here and being able to have difficult conversations with other people. How did you?
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know. It just takes time, trial and error. You kind of get a vibe. I mean, some people. I guess I don't know. Me personally, after I've spent, I maybe a couple months around somebody. I mean, not physically in the same location, but sort of kind of seen how they are on social media and on Twitch and whatnot. If we're talking about the Twitch platform here,
Best part about
usually
social media.
I kind of catch a vibe, I guess I could say. And if I feel like they mesh well with me, then I feel a lot more comfortable talking to them, I guess. So I guess I know that's probably not the greatest answer in the world, but just got to trust your vibes, guys.
Absolutely.
Trust your vibes. Yeah.
And to expand off of what you said, again, I try my best not to get involved in like Twitter drama, but I had a moment of weakness this past week or so, and kind of tweeted something along the lines of, I'm sick of people saying on Twitter that the Twitch is such a fake world and that you okay there, Jimbo? Trying to rip that off. I hate when people say like Twitch is filled with nothing but people who are out to get theirs. Like people are so fake. All I run into is fake people. And my response to that is maybe it's you. Maybe you're the problem. Maybe you're the fake person. Maybe the people that you attract are the fake assholes that are only out to expand on themselves instead of trying to find a group of people. And I think with what Jimmy is saying, with our age of social media and Twitch and broadcasting, you can get a really good idea about somebody by watching their stream, seeing how not only how they act on social media, but how they choose to use their social media. Do they only use social media to like tag big companies when they're trying to get shout outs? Are they only just posting going live tweets and not spending any time to interact with other people, other streamers, other friends? Does somebody only use their Instagram to take pictures of themselves and never do anything else? Or do you see them trying to create and post valuable content that is valuable for the consumer and is not a benefit for themselves? And it's really, really easy to get to the bottom of somebody's core just from watching them from afar. Now, again, you have to be careful not to judge a book by its cover. You can't like see a week of somebody's Twitter and go, I hate this person. I already know everything about them. But if you spend weeks, months, years observing how somebody acts, the great thing is when people lash out on Twitter, it's usually, again, like me, it's in a moment of weakness. How do they act when they're vulnerable? How do they act when they're cornered? You can get a really good idea about somebody.
Well, and there's some people that I actually really adore and care for in real life that I'm not a huge fan of them on social media at all. So, like you just said, you can't judge a book by its cover. I mean, the way people are on social media is not always an indicator of how they are in person. And a lot of times,
most of the time, it's not.
Yeah,
They try and glorify themselves a lot.
Yeah, or just they're very outspoken in social media when they're not really that way in person. You know.
True.
So.
See, I see that as the opposite. I don't see social media as a way for them to disguise who they are. I see it as exposing who they are. 100%.
Well, eventually,
a smart person could easily disguise who they are on any social media
In the short term.
But yeah, in the short term. But eventually, somebody's going to get pissed. I mean, at the end of the day, if the question is how do you find people to stream with, number one, you have to fucking trust these people. Like the way he's talking about looking at somebody for months and years and shit. Like I've known Knackers since 2014. So that's 5 years. And even though we weren't in the military together, it was basically we were in the fucking trenches of a really fucked up ass adminning job, basically, for a separate community. And it was a lot of high drama, a lot of fake people, a lot of fucking immature, toxic people, and that you're constantly fighting off. And then at the end of it, you just come out of it and you're like, okay, there's like 6-7 fucking people that I'm cool with playing video games with them for the rest of my life.
Yep.
But the biggest thing is just knowing the person that you're streaming with.
Right.
Because the last thing you want is to find fucking the true Jakester or whatever the fuck that asshole's name was in Rocket League earlier.
Yeah, for real.
Have him on your fucking stream.
Now, I know that Vans and Salty, you guys are both going to kind of have similar answers to me because, well, actually, Salty, our introduction was because of a Twitch stream, not because of the gaming community where we spent so much time. Right?
Yeah, because we hadn't started playing together until after Altus Life died.
Right. So a Twitch stream a Twitch stream is what brought you and I together, but it was the gaming in the gaming community that we did that actually started to build a relationship.
Well, that's how I found your channel, was because of GSN.
So. Yep. Vance, have you made any friends from Twitch streaming that that you've kind of had? What?
Only the ones that Salty has pointed me to. I think I was actually watching your streams before I actually was in GSN.
No shit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because I think he had told me something like, "Oh, this dude's funny as shit." Blah, blah, blah. I was like, "Let me see." It just kind of clicked, and then eventually. GSN, and I think the big thing for me meeting you in 42 was Rocket League, and a lot of people, but Rocket League was really the one that kind of put it in.
Yep. I think I have sort of like an unsatisfying answer to this question. Most people who will give advice to people getting into streaming as a new hobby is build the friendships before you go live. Hang out with the group of people consistently, find the people that you vibe with so that when you finally do have an option to go live and start building a community following on Twitch, you have people already so that you aren't like yourself on a deserted island. Just another streamer in this sea of streamers. For those of you that don't know my backstory, I was alongside with Mr. Vansman and Salty was a part of a gaming community called GSN that started out as just a PC. Yeah, he's got a fucking sign back there.
Thanks to Salty.
It started as a local only Michigan gaming community, evolved into an online discussion board forum and kind of community for the game. And then we eventually started hosting servers for Half-Life 2, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Arma, Altus, RP servers and stuff. And so I had a long history of playing games with people offline. And by that I mean I'm off stream. And then Twitch kind of came up. Twitch came around for me, my brother, and the community around 2012, 2013. My brother got into it a little bit earlier than I did. And so I had all of those relationships before streaming was a thing. And so I understand that there's like this film or fishnet, if you will, over like trying to meet people who are streaming, because you are gonna run into a lot of people who are trying to grow a stream, and there are people who are going to it's not that they don't think about meeting friends, it's that they're going to prioritize growing over making friends, at least at first, because they think that that's the only way that they can grow is by just like aiming for the growth and chasing the strategies and the tactics that involve growth instead of streaming. What I'll say is that, along with what Jimmy said, you can get a vibe from people. And if you stream enough and you have people in your stream enough in chat, you can kind of get a vibe for how somebody is. And a certain amount of time, and after a certain amount of community nights, you can get a good idea of who a person is and if you vibe with them. There's been plenty of people. One of the outstanding people in my mind is Conbot. Conbot was somebody that strolled into my stream randomly one day. He asked for a webcam overlay. I sent it to him. And then on New Year's Eve, we were all plastered playing Call of Duty, Black Ops 4. And then he joined and started playing with us because it was just an open invite. And I've hung out with Conbot twice now in real life. And, we've played games together. And it's just kind of like trial and error. Now, the amount of people that I've played with on stream and off stream from Twitch, the negative interactions heavily outweigh the positive ones. Yeah. Because it's just like when you're the streamer and you have a community, the amount of people that want to play with you heavily outweigh the people that you want to play with. And it's just kind of like trial and error. So, like I said, I feel like that's not like a very satisfying answer, and it's kind of hard to say because of the negative experiences that I've had. But if you take time to try and meet people outside of streams, like if you have other Discords that do offline gaming where people just group up, like I've seen people that group up in the gaming channel in my Discord when I'm not even streaming. It has nothing to do with me. They're just playing together. Feel free to use, people's Discord. Sometimes they have like looking for gamers channels where you can say, hey, I'm trying to play some Battlefield. Is anybody game? And you can have some good luck there as well. But it's a lot of poking around and kind of trial and error, I will say for sure.
For sure.
Any final points on that?
Nope.
Right.
Negative.
Oh, the one thing I totally forgot that we played Black Ops 4 on New Year's. That seems like yesterday.
It really does, doesn't
That's
it?
So nuts, yeah.
I had a blast playing it too. I had a lot of fun playing that.
I love Black Ops 4. It's just such a big damn game.
Yeah, and
Like
I think
100
I would like to play it again. I don't have any interest in playing Blackout like the Battle Royale, but I would kind of like to play the multiplayer.
The multiplayer was fun as fuck. The only thing that sucked were those ults. Like they were
yeah, I got fucked by those a lot. Okay. All right, word. Well, while that is the end of the Q&A, that is also the end of the podcast. I'd like to say thank you to everybody here, everybody that submitted question and answer for the show. I love seeing community interaction with the podcast, and I greatly appreciate your time and your efforts. So what we're going to do is one final time, go around the room, reintroduce you to everybody, and they're going to announce if they have anything stream related coming up, any events, anything they want to talk about, anything they want to shout out, anything they want to sell out. Now's the time. So SaltySam, start with you, sir.
My name is SaltySam. You can find me on Twitch at SaltySam, Twitter at the SaltySam, Instagram Salty All Day. I am going to be building a shed this week. I got a free week off of vacation because I basically got fucked at work and have to switch to a different shift. And so I got 2 weeks off. Then I go back for 2 weeks, and then I'm off for 3 more weeks per my vacation picks. So it's hunting season. I got to get this fucking shed built so I can clear my garage out once and for all. And then I don't know. I'm not doing shit. I'm just hopefully this winter. I already told my wife. I said the fucking projects are done. Like I do this marathon every year, and now the weather's starting to change. It's in the 60s at night, 80s during the day. It's time to fucking just chill.
Chill out. Play some games.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
pun intended. Chill.
My name is Jimmy, aka MiddleAgedStream. You can find me on Twitch and Instagram at MiddleAgedStream. MiddleAgedStream on Twitter. No D. I am just streaming on Wednesdays and Saturday nights right now because I'm balls deep in some work. But I don't know. Some work. I'll be. I'm either going to be going back to the next part of the Uncharted series or the new Tomb Raider, the newest Tomb Raider game, which came out like a year ago. Next up, because I'm on like an adventure game kick with like the good cinematics. So that's next. And then October's coming up, and you know how much I fucking hate scary games, but my community loves when I play them. So we're going to do some of those in October. So, but yeah, that's going on for me.
I am Mr. Vans Man. You can find me on Twitter at all caps. I'm Vans with 3 A's, 3 S's, and on Instagram at I'm.mf.rob. Thank you.
By the way,
my name is Van.
can I just say, Vans, that you are the most loosey-goosey and comfortable today on this podcast than I've ever seen you, and it's a fucking delight. I feel like
It's my secret is I've been playing music, and it's not terribly awkward when I'm just talking and it's completely silent. So
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
that's my secret. I came in, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put some music on so it's not just dead air when I'm talking. And it worked.
And it worked? All right. Well, hey, anybody that might be on a podcast in the future, there's your fucking secret.
Now you gotta play music with no lyrics because I'm listening to the Kirby 30th anniversary orchestra set, which is a really, really good album.
Ooh, okay.
I recommend it to you if you like live orchestra. It's very good.
Jimmy, can I get a fuck yeah in your low voice?
Oh, fuck yeah, Kirby.
Oh my god. Yes, Daddy. Oh my, can you hear how it sounds when you
No. Well, I mean, if I have the option to, but I never have that on because I'll make myself laugh. So I have.
Okay. All right. My name is Knackers. You guys can find me on this very channel or Twitter and Instagram at Knackers with 3 A's. Or you can check out my other podcast, Audio Snack, which is anchor.fm/audio snack. Thank you guys so very much for checking out the podcast. For you audio listeners in the future, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I will see you next week for episode 104 of Crocs and Hot Pockets, where our special guest is She Snaps, which I am super fucking pumped about. If you don't know who she is, I'm not going to say anything, and you can just come by and you can just enjoy her company because she is an intellectual individual who I am very excited to pick her brain. So thank you guys so much for checking out the episode. If you want to stick around to rate another channel, I would really appreciate it. But otherwise, see you the fuck later. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Farewell. Farewell, my friend.
Goodbye. Oh, man.